Welcome to the Roadshow Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadshow. Today on the podcast, we have a very, very special guest, the host of The Butterfly Effect, the Butterfly Takeover, Banx Clothing owner, Cabinet Noir associate?
Yeah, well, I guess, I don't know. I don't really want to say associate, but I guess I'm creative direction, I guess.
Great. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Sylvester Banx on the show.
It was good.
How was the pop-up?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just, we haven't done a pop-up in 3 years, so this was like overwhelming.
Damn.
Yeah. I put a lot of effort into it. Like the boys all put a lot of effort into it, sorry.
What was the thought behind doing a club collaboration? Because I don't know any other fucking brand that has collaborated with a club.
Well, that's it. That's exactly the reason why we did it, because no other brands is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, we saw there was like a gap, and we're like, no one else is doing it in Perth. And we pretty much, like, no one knows, but like myself, Imran, Othman, and Amir, the other guys in the Banx team, we all have we all do things for Butterfly. Like, obviously, I'm the DJ. I've played there since they first opened up as like the promoters for the venue.
God damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we don't really talk about it, but obviously like Imran's the creative direction for the marketing. Othman's his brother, he does all the marketing for them as well, and like the push for the actual branding. You know, and then Amir is the lighting guy at Butterfly. He does all the lights.
Really?
So we all have like, and then Bernard obviously he's part of Banx as well, but he's just doing his own thing for a bit. He was a photographer. So we all did stuff for that club since it first opened. So
Did you guys meet at that club, or was it
nah.
prior to that?
So we actually all met like at different time points in our lives.
Real?
So I met Bernard first.
Did you?
Yeah, Bernard, I DJ'd his 18th.
Hectic.
DJ'd his 18th, and then we just linked up 2 years later, like somehow, I don't know how. And then I met Imran at like Canvas. Othman, I didn't even know he existed until Imran's like, I have a brother. That's the twin. I was like, oh shit.
I could have seen you out last weekend.
I was like, who's this guy? He's like, oh, that's my brother. I was like, bro, 2 years you didn't tell me you had a brother? He's like, well, he always stays at home and plays like games. So I was like, I don't really need to talk about it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then Amir just, his brother Maz is the guy that does all the DJ bookings at Butterfly.
Oh, okay, right.
So we used to like link up every Saturday night and go to Canvas, which is like this hip hop joint.
So what was the idea behind, did you have the idea for a clothing company when it first started, or was it just an idea in the wind kind of thing?
It was an idea. Like I wanted to, like I didn't want to rely on just DJing or just working for someone full time. Like I felt like I had a bigger purpose than just being in an office. So I love fashion. Like obviously my fashion wasn't what I'm wearing now back then.
Yeah.
I obviously got inspirations from other friends that was already doing it, like Bradshaw from Street X. So Bradshaw used to be the door guy at Canvas.
Jesus. Everyone's linked, man. That's
how we were met. And then and Scott Mello was there, and Adam Del Borello, John Kufis, all these boys were like, you know, the big guys that was doing all the events back then.
Right.
And obviously, you know, you have your time, and now we, the guys that we used to go to Canvas started like doing what they were doing, but in like a new age type of scene, I guess. Like,
right. It's kind of cool when you see like the last wave of what you are doing, and then you can like almost see what they're doing, and then take the reins yourself and do it yourself. Yeah,
exactly. It's like every 5 years, it's like I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the next 5 years. Like we could still be doing this, or we might be some new guys.
Yeah.
But I can already see there's like new faces coming in the streetwear scene as well. So there's always like the game's always changing. You just have to know how to adapt with it.
Is there any like apart from Banx? Because like I keep a keen eye on the fashion industry in Perth, because I think we do have some of the most like creative people. It's just we don't have the spread.
Exactly.
Is there any other clothing companies that aren't like not huge already, like Cabinet Noir? I always fuck up the name. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's such an easy.
Sorry, I was the first when I said it.
And Street X. Are there any other companies that you've got your eye on?
As in like starting up? I would say one of the boys from the office, like it's one of my best friends as well, Ty Turner. So he's got his brand.
Shout out Ty Turner.
Shout out Medical Studios. Yeah, so he's pretty much being that guy that was like always wondering like how does it work? Like, so to see him excel and be on the level that he's at now, like he's, you know, obviously he used to live in Mandurah. So he's moved from Mandurah to Perth, started DJing, he used to be a producer. Now he's starting his brand. So he's
Damn, dude.
So he's pretty much following my footsteps, but like he's doing everything right. Like he's branded himself. He's worked for it. He's asked questions. He's actually like, so I'm actually really happy for his success.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
It's
it.
cool when you can inspire your friends to do it, you know, and like if they just see you do it, you might inspire just a little bit.
Yeah, legit. Like he was one of our first customers that used to buy from us back when we first started in the first 3 years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he came all the way down to Mandurah, like pick up his order. I was like, so this is how we first met. One day he came by to pick up the order and he's like, oh, I'm gonna run late. I'm like, it's all right if you guys can wait? I was like, yeah, sure. Like I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And then he came by at the office like at 6, and then we started talking. And I was like, bro, like you don't have to rush back. Like if you want to grab some dinner, man, I'm happy to chill out. And he's like, with me? I was like, bro, like
With me?
I'm human, man. I'm not gonna be like, see ya.
Yeah.
Like, so that's how we first met, and then after that we just connected.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I liked about you when I first met you, bro. You can just talk to anyone. That's the coolest shit.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like I'm not like, I don't have the right to be like a cunt. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
that's not who I am.
To put it
I don't,
lightly.
yeah, like, yeah, legit. Yeah, but you know how some guys are. They're like, they think they've made it, but then they haven't even got there yet, and they've
Yeah.
got this idea of like, I'm better than everyone. I'm like, I'm not like that.
So how old are you?
Have a guess.
24.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Older or younger?
Older.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Keep going. He's a bit higher.
27?
Plus 5.
Plus 5?
Yeah.
You 32?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Facts.
Damn, dude. Holy shit. I'm 31.
It's just the Asian genes, bro.
I know, man.
Legit.
I look 65. Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
My brother looks older than me, and he's like 28.
Ah,
Yeah.
so you just got that good gene, right?
Yeah, he just likes to look like he's 35.
Well,
Yeah.
women do like the older men. I guess
Yeah.
you just had that driver's license.
Oh, it's even better when you look young but you're older.
Yeah, because everyone thinks you're not wise, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone assumes I'm wise because of the beard, but I'm not. I'm just an idiot.
I wish I could grow a beard, to be honest. All I grow is bum fluff.
Yeah? Dude, it was steroids that gave me a beard, man. Like, I was in the same boat before.
Oh, same, man.
Yeah. When you were younger, did you have like this like want to do like something creative? Was
Yes,
that
yeah.
in the cards?
Yeah, I just felt there was something missing. Like I was working for a lot of people. I did jobs that I didn't like.
Like what?
I started off being a paper boy, and then from there I was a waiter for Hans Cafe.
Oh no.
So I did that during TAFE, and then I became a painter, like painting and decorating for like housings,
Right.
commercial buildings, and then after that I was like, I can't do this.
Are you licensed as a painter?
Yeah, I'm licensed.
Oh goddamn. Huh?
So I got that as a backup, and then I went to TAFE, studied for like 2 years doing like building and design.
Right.
So then I started working for like a builder and then like an architect after. So I pretty much got a diploma in like building design, so I can work for an architect if I want to.
Oh, okay.
But,
so was it a slow, gradual like merge into doing music and then now into clothing?
Yeah,
Or-
it was.
Yeah.
It was. I was DJing before actually. In high school, I was like the guy that did all the house parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of like open house parties and just privates. This is before it got hectic. Like this is
Yeah.
when parties are like a bit more tamed.
Yeah. And then Chunky stepped in the scene.
Yeah, shout out Chunky.
Shout out Chunky. Yeah, that's a really cool thing. I know some people that have like the sole ambition to just want to blow up straight away. So they think quitting their job and then moving into something straight away, and then it doesn't happen.
No.
But the slow kind of like, you know, working a day here, a day there, and then just the weekends, and then you get like weekday jobs after work, and then like eventually you can just like get rid of that day job.
Exactly. Like it was all strategic. Like obviously I didn't just quit my job. Like I was just doing a few parties on the weekend while I was working full time. Banx didn't really start to like, I built my DJ brand
Is that right?
Yeah, because obviously, like, I had to figure out a way. How am I gonna like be relevant and try and sell my brand? Like, I need to build something else first, which is Young Sly. Well, obviously it wasn't Young Sly back then, but my other DJ name, which I won't say.
Come on. Is it bad?
Sly Kid.
Oh, not bad. It's not bad. Double D?
Yeah.
Hey.
Shit.
God
Takes me
damn.
back.
How many years back was that?
I would say that was 2017. Yeah. So that was like my my Sly Kid days. That was when Basement was popping in Farlow.
Nice,
so
nice.
at the time I knew so this is how my brand grew and how I made it to what it is.
Yeah.
Back then there wasn't a lot of like fashion brands that was like, you know, giving items to DJs. So I had my friends that was all DJs that played Basement and all these like support acts. You know, I'd give them all clothes like, hey man, like I love you, do you rap it on stage?
Smart.
So yeah, one of those guys was Lude, Slumberjack.
God dang.
Yeah, there's other names.
Holy shit,
Insane.
bro.
So all these guys were there since day one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Slumberjack's good.
And Lude's just took it to the next level.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But Slumberjack's guys is they're my friends. So
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that you like you meet certain people in the industry and then like you'll like see him again and then you're like, God damn, bro, what the fuck? Like, you've been hustling.
Yeah, I saw Lude after I haven't seen him since before COVID.
Really?
Yeah, he came back to Perth for a bit, and then this is before he started Chumba.
Okay.
So he was like, yo, like, send me some music. He's like, yo, like, what do you reckon of this? Like, I'm going to try house. And I was like, but you've always been a trap guy. He's like, yeah, I know, but like, I want to like, I'm just sick of playing all the heavy shit. Like, I want to play some fun stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So he launched his project Chumba, and that was cool, like, to seeing that like progress. But obviously in that COVID time, like, you know, like he just dropped that Down on the track as well, and that took Lude to the next level. Of
Yeah,
like, I knew it was gonna blow up. I just didn't know when.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man, I think this is it. Hey, like, this is gonna be your big break, bro. Like, fuck, man, this is the track for it.
Yeah.
Because he showed it to me the first time, and I was like, I don't know, man. This feels a bit cringe, but then obviously I'm not into that style of like D&B.
Yeah.
But after a while, it did get to me. I was like, okay, this is actually a banger.
It's a fire track.
It's a fire track.
Yeah. What's your background in music? What's the origin of like what you listen to and stuff?
Well, it's funny because people think I'm a hip hop guy, which I love hip hop. Don't get me wrong, but I've always loved playing house music. Like, I started with house music first when I first DJ'd. Like, I learned how to DJ house music first. And then once I'd done that, I was like, this is too easy. Like, this is just 128 BPM.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need a bit more challenge. So I started mixing hip hop, which is a bit hard because there's like various, like there's like 90 BPM, 70, 80.
The small variations on it.
Yeah, you're going to be able to like transition certain tracks, mix over acapellas.
DJ Ramo is probably the best in the city for it.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about him until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he knew me and I was like, bro, I feel bad. Like, this guy's good, but I don't know who he is. But he's like, nah, man, like, I'm friends with like all the old school DJs. Like, my dad's friends with all these guys. And I was like, oh, I know these guys. Like, I used to like fucking go to the clubs and see them on the stage. Like, he's like, yeah, I've been taught by, I forgot his name, DJ name, but he's taught Ramo. He's like, I'm like, man, if he taught you, then you'd be fucking good cutter. He's like, and he can cut like,
damn,
no tomorrow, bro.
Isn't it wild that your dad is still like a relevant DJ? Like, what the shit?
It's crazy.
I think that him coming to Perth from Sydney was like one of the best things for like hip hop in Perth. Like, especially like he keeps a vibe going. It doesn't stop.
Because like I didn't hear of him until one of the boys, Imran, booked him. He's like, yo, I want to book Ramo. There's this new guy that I've been like listening to, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I like play one night at Butterfly. He played like an opening set, and then I was like, hearing him play, I was watching him play. I was like, man, this guy's actually really good. So I knew he met the right guys, because you can come to Perth, be a DJ, but it's who you know.
Yeah, it is.
And if you know how to bring it to the table, then you know, like once you get into Butterfly, everyone wants to book you. That's how it is. Like, and Ramo is like playing at barbs, playing for like a few. I think the Hive.
Hive's good.
Yeah, that's his sound. So I'm happy that he's doing some cool shit, because people try to break it into the Perth scene, but it's hard.
Yeah,
So,
big time. Like,
and he's got that style too. Like that's why I had to put him on for the butterfly event. I was like, it's got to be Ramon and Ty.
yeah.
100%.
Mowgli as well.
Mowgli too, yeah.
Oh, God, you know he just played Splendor?
Damn.
Yeah. They got him on a
That's-
t-shirt, bro.
Damn.
His name's lined
See, that's
up on
prop
the
to Mowgli
t-shirt.
too, because I know Mowgli when he was doing all the selection and all the manor events.
Yeah.
So like I know like all that selection sound, and I'm like, man, like I used to play that, but obviously he's still doing it, which is cool because you can't just get those gigs, man. Like he's like Ash from Honeycut, I think.
Ash Max?
Yeah,
Maz?
Ash Maz. Yeah. So he brought all those dudes over from like fucking. I think he brought J Rob. Mm-hmm. So I went to one of those shows, man. Fuck.
It's killer, right?
Yeah, it's just
Insane.
a different energy over there when they go to those events.
Do you know if Manor's still open? I know that's probably a stupid question.
From my experience of like going out lately,
Yeah, which is probably nil.
I go out, but I used to go to Manor after Butterfly.
Yeah.
But that's when it was like popping. But lately, no, everyone's just been going to Bob's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Bob's is pretty cool.
yeah, Bob's is where it's at after 2 a.m. Like it's either that or the Vault.
Yeah. Apparently the Volt's hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out, fucking Isaac and Bailey's killing it.
What's that? Is it? Oh, fuck, I can never remember its name. Rampage? No. It's on James Street.
Rampage, James Street. Oh, Rapture.
Rapture.
Rampage.
It starts with an R.
It is a bit of a rampage in there, but yeah.
Yeah, no shit. I find that the clubs that are tailoring towards like 18, 19, 20, Butterfly is like the TikTok of the clubs that are doing that, right? They have all the main people that like draw in other people, right? And then you have like Rapture, which is like the Instagram. Like people still use it, but you know, like it's not good for promotion.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hate in the club, but I do remember playing there when they first opened. For the 3 days that they've been opening, like I played for a uni event, and I was like trying to get a gig there, and I was like, fuck, like this is when I was like trying to get more gigs, and then they're like, oh, I don't know, like my dad's the guy that books all the DJs.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to, like, the kids were like, we want you to play, but the dad's like, nah, I only want my sons to play. And I was like, that's fair. So the guy was like, bro, like, I need a DJ to cover me sometimes. I have to play like a 4 or 5 hour set, no breaks. I was like, well, your dad said no.
Yeah,
like,
sorry, bro, you got to do it. Go sit in the corner.
oh man.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing too. Is like if you start a company and you want to keep it in the family, then you're saying no to everybody else, which means you're saying no to the industry. Like, and it's walls crumble when that happens.
I wonder if they still play there. Like, I'm curious because like he was playing like Fridays, Saturdays, like 6 hour sets. I'm like, man, how the fuck do you do that?
God, I hope you get paid for it. You know, that's a long set.
He's probably getting paid. I don't know. I'm curious.
He takes door dollars.
That's still a lot. Rapture's actually got a really decent line these days.
Yeah, no shit. It's
Yeah.
like 4-person wide. It's wild.
I don't get it because because I've been a Humble. There's a different crowd that goes to Humble, and then I've been a Butterfly. There's a different crowd that goes. It's another audience.
Have you been up to Loop? The one up in Joondalup?
Oh yeah, the new arcade.
New arcade. Yeah.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
Joondalups a bit far from me from the city.
I went with Brandon Willington, and he was like, "Dude, it's exactly the same as arcade. Like, it is the same club." And I was like, "Okay."
They just changed the name.
Yeah, they put some lights in there. You know.
Is the DJ booth still in the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still in the same spot.
Yeah, same spot.
Point.
Yeah, I don't know. But it looks cool. It's like
okay.
the Magnet House of the North.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
So they've got the same roof that like dances.
Okay.
And stuff. It's pretty cool.
It is the Magnet guys.
Yeah.
It's a venue.
It is.
Yeah.
And they did an awesome job in revamping it for sure. But I was talking to a couple of people from up that way, and it's because I don't think it's going to probably do as well as Magnet House because there's no other option. So when a club's doing shit, you go to the next club, right? It's because that one is the only club, so you can't
go anywhere else.
You get all the rats, you get all the
So you either go to Bar One or you go to Joondalup.
Yeah, Bar One's the
Yeah.
closest thing, and that's
Yeah.
in fucking Hillary's, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's pretty far.
Bar One's actually got better.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They just had Jaquise this week.
Yeah, like I know I've been analyzing how they've been doing their stuff, which is good. Like everyone's like, why are they bringing so many acts? I'm like, bro, it's just trying to get the reach.
Yeah.
They were trying to make their club like relevant into that whole, because you can't bring anyone to the area, so they have to do this. So mad respect to the guys doing it. Like, it's not easy, but
it's not easy.
They're definitely
but
pulling
they're doing
numbers
it.
in.
They're
That's for
doing
sure.
it,
Yeah,
for
Jacquees,
sure.
I wanted to go, but I was so dead that day.
Yeah, Bodie.
Yeah.
Bodie.
Yeah, he killed it, man.
Fucking killed it, bro.
when he dropped "Don't," he's
All
like,
the bitches
"Let's
dancing.
fucking go!" I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, no, he's doing things, man. I vouch for that dude like a motherfucker.
Funny story, because Bodie used to be the floor guy at Culture Kings when I was DJing there. So he was the floor staff. Yeah, he was on the floor, and this is when he just didn't DJ.
Hectic.
So I have mad respect for him, because he came up to me when he was at that age. I forgot how old he was. I think he was 18 at the time. He was asking questions like, "Sil, like, how do I get to, like, I don't want to sound big or anything, but like," he said, "How do I get to your level of, like, you know, your DJ career?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Bro, to be honest, man, like, just keep grinding, just keep marketing yourself. Like, it's all about branding, and it's all about being relevant with the music, and then just get stuck playing one genre."
Yeah.
So he's ticked all the boxes of what I've told him.
Yeah.
And now he's like, his brand's there. Like,
Thank you for doing that to him. Holy shit. Because that guy has a fire under his ass
Bro.
that you can't put out right now.
yeah, because I remember when he's like, "Yeah, I'm going Lab 6. I'm gonna start DJing." I was like, "Bro, do it."
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, I was like, "Man, you
doing it.
you went faster than I did in my career." I'm not hating or anything, but I was like, man, like, you took it to the next level quick.
Killing
Yeah,
it, for sure. I think like, I'm not a big proponent on jumping on trends. Like, if there's a trend, there's going to be 100,000 people that want to jump on the trend. So I'm just like, just keep doing what I'm doing, right? That's why I podcast. It's because I just love podcasting. Bodie started a podcast. It was Chats with Bodie.
Yes, I remember that.
And like, when he did that, I was like, bro, that's a lot of work to do. You know, a podcast is fun. Don't get me wrong. They're really, really fun to do, but it's a lot of work behind the scenes. And I think he was better as a DJ. And that's now what he's shown, is that he has, like, when it's like laser focused on one thing,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't have the distraction of this other thing.
He's also a really good singer.
Is he?
Yeah.
Holy, I know he plays guitar like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I heard one of his songs. I was like,
Actually, yes,
yeah,
I did hear that song.
I was like, wait, that's your voice? Holy shit.
Dude,
Damn.
the Polynesians, bro, they can all sing,
that's
bro.
cap.
Yeah, no shit. Holy fuck. Yeah, he's popping off like a motherfucker. There's a couple of other people in the city that are really starting to make waves, like DJ Waves. Like, he's
Waves too, man. He was on the floor of Culture Kings. All these guys I've seen in the scene, like, they've all watched and witnessed me being there, and then they just ask questions.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, like, I knew they were going to do something, because, you know, when you ask questions, you're curious. You're like, you know, so I was like, it's just a matter of time. And then all of a sudden, Waves starts DJing, and I was like, there you go.
Yeah, right.
And he's actually a really good cutter. He's actually, he's really
getting
good.
there,
Yeah.
I know he's taking Ramo's cut class. There's a little plug for you, Ramo. And that's brought him up heaps. And now he's doing mad videos.
And then he's
stuff.
got his event as well. Solution. I went to one of them. It's vibe. It's like he's bringing back like 90s R&B hip hop.
Yeah.
It reminds me of One Day Sunday back when he was like popping.
Right.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Yeah. So it gave me that energy when I went to that event, which is really fun.
That's
so
cool.
I had a good night that night.
Have you been to the Culture? I think it is Ramo's event.
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't yet. Ramon keeps asking me to come, but I'm always not gonna lie. I'm always busy on Friday, so it's hard for me to take like a night off or even like have a break, I guess.
I talked to Ramo about it at Bright Tank for one of their launches, and he was like, "Bro, the turnout was crazy." And I was like, "God damn!" I think I was in hospital at the time or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a Friday, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's good for a Friday. Yeah.
That Barb's Club, man. It's a
Shape bar.
level. yeah, exactly.
It's crazy how that's like from bass music to like hip hop now. That place,
dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Do you remember Amber?
Yeah, I remember Amber.
Like, do you remember the laneway at Amber? You know, you see all these people just fucked up on drugs. Like,
that wasn't me. I was walking out of the club going home. Nah,
I was sitting on the
I
chair.
went there after. I either the Amber or I go to Jackrabbit Slims.
Yeah.
So that was my place.
Were you around when it was Black Betty's? Back in the day.
Wait, was that Jackrabbit? No. Black Betty was
That was Jack Rabbit.
Henry.
Bro.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the Shed?
The Shed was Henry
Shed
Summers.
was Henry Summer.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I do remember that.
And then you had the Dean, which is
the Dean was where Humble was.
Humble. Yeah.
Wow.
God damn.
Make
Bro,
me feel old now.
Yeah, I know, right? I talked to some like
But
young
the thing is, I
dudes
never
about
went to these places until now.
it. Yeah.
I never. Well, yeah, obviously the music wasn't my vibe and the scene, so I never went there. But now I'm just like, man, like now I go to these places.
Dude, there used to be pool tables in
I do remember that. The
Jack
Shed.
Rabbit Slim.
Oh, and the Slims.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Imagine
I never
a
went
pool
there.
table.
Yeah, that's crazy. That used to be like a rock place.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was a metalhead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, like, so I used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched a fat bitch get fingered on the dance floor. It was so bad.
I don't think I've seen that since high school parties, but I don't know what clubs you've been going to. That reminds me, I was at a high school party once when I was like at an open house party. I rocked up, and the boys and I rocked up, and then there was a chick that I knew.
Oh, God.
And I think she was drunk, and then I was about to say hello, but she was hooking up with this dude, and then I was like, hey, I was about to say it, and then she was like just making some weird faces. I was like, I looked down and I was like, oh
Hand
shit.
in the pants.
I was like, the dude's just going out. I was like, bro, that's like, it's an open area. Like, can you not make it less discreet?
Yeah, no shit. I was in La Favela in Bali, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went there once when I was in Bali.
Dude, it gets wild in there. There was this girl, she must have been like Latin American, right?
Yeah.
White jeans. Gets
Damn,
fucking
even
plastered, right? And she starts making out with this guy. I was sitting down.
Yeah.
I was like hungover as fuck from the night before. And she starts making out with this guy, and I'm just watching it over the evening.
She looks at you, she's like, come over to you.
No. This gets bad, bro. And then she like, they start fucking making out like heavy. Hands start working, hand slips in the pants. And he starts finger banging her. And dude, the white pants go red.
Oh shit.
Not
in the
eh?
middle of the club.
In the middle of the club. And I think she was so drunk she wasn't even aware. Like she fucking kept partying, go for it, sister.
And they're just walking around with their pants red.
Red as fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like,
poor girl.
God damn, bro. When people party, man, they party. You know? I've been in some bathrooms. I know what happens.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No.
Oh no, I went there. I went there this year with my boy Oscar. He's just turned 18. He's like a fresh 18-year-old kid.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, Oscar is like he's up and coming like videographer.
All right.
So he's been following me for a while. I didn't know who he was until this year.
Oh,
and then he's like, and I was like, man, I feel bad. Like this kid's like said hello to me. I don't know who he is, and I followed him back. And then after that, we started like talking and stuff. But no, he's leveling up. He's a videographer that's like eager to learn.
Awesome.
And I think it's the new generation of like Brendan C.
Yeah.
But
Sissage is fucking wild though, bro.
yeah. And then I was like, bro, he's like, I'm going to Bali. Do you want to come? He's like, really? You asking me? I was like, yeah. Well, do you want to come? He's like,
No, the guy behind
he's
you.
like,
Let him know.
Yeah, he's like, all right, but I have to ask my mum. I was like, what? Oh, wait, yeah, fuck, you're 18 still.
Yeah,
Fuck. So he's like, yeah, my mum says, yeah, it's so good. I was like, all right, sick.
That's killer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not gonna lie, man, I didn't know how his game was, but he's got game.
You got game?
He's got
For an
game.
18-year-old?
First night, I was like, all right, me and my boy was like, all right, we're gonna get some girls. We got this. We got nothing. This guy walks into La Favela, lit, had like probably 2 shots. You know, you're 18, you have your first alcohol. You feel like you feel like Superman.
Oh yeah.
So he had that energy, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't have it in me tonight."
Dancing
This guy comes
on.
back with like all these British girl. He's like, "Yo, I want you to meet this. This is my boy Sly." I was like, "Damn, man."
This
And then me and my
guy's
mate looked at each other. We're like, "If he gets laid tonight, I'm gonna be angry." Nah, I lied. I'll be happy for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So
That 18-year-old energy is a different energy,
bro,
bro.
he's like, still, he's like, gives me the light. He's like, give him the keys. I'm like, okay. Give him the keys. Takes a girl, grabs her. Come on, shorty. Grabs
damn,
her,
bro.
and I was like, man, okay. After that, I was like, all right, respect.
That's not me these days, man. If I meet a girl, I'm like, let's go out to lunch. And
Bro, she was listening to him. I was like, man, I should have just been like that night.
Yeah.
I think I was just too, I don't know. I was trying to be nice, but sometimes you just have to have the game. You just be like, you know,
when you get over like 25, you get like a little bit of sensibility about you. You're like, treat them nice and all that stuff. And then like, that's why I think that getting famous young is a bad move. Because you don't really have morals and ethics just yet. I think Post Malone's probably like the only dude that's like hit it on the head. Like he got famous when he was like 19 or some shit. He came out with that.
is this when he first
popped off.
Yeah.
With White Iverson.
Yep. I remember
But he
that
had
song.
some like fame before that. I think it was like something about dying, like a teenager dying or some shit. It was a song. And then I think he's traversed it well. Like he's had a lot of fucking depression and all that stuff. But there's not a lot of celebrities that I could say, hey, like this 18-year-old's fucking killing it, and he's keeping his head between his ears. You know, sometimes they go through the fucking roof.
He's a bad kind. Like I remember when he first came to Perth, and that was the show that I supported him for.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, this was when he first came. Like the guys from BBE brought him over.
What
He was
the
supposed to play Metro City, sold out in like 5 minutes.
God damn.
So then they did another show, like as a second show that sold out in 5 minutes. So they're like, what the fuck? So they're like, you know what? Let's just do it at a bigger venue.
Yeah.
So they did it at Red Hill Auditorium. That's held like 8,000 people.
Holy shit.
That sold out too. And then
What the fuck? And you played support act for him?
yeah, like this is weird because I did not expect anything. I remember seeing I remember he was coming to Perth. I didn't really like think of it. And then one day I was like sitting on the couch, like after like a Sunday after a big night, sitting there, I was like chilling on my phone. Saw an email pop up and I was like, BBE. I was like, isn't that like a marketing agency or like for events or a promoter? I was like, And I see he's Post Malone. I support, and that was the title. And then I was like, nah, surely this is just a spam.
So, yeah,
I clicked on it and I was like, screenshot it. I was like, oh my God. Holy shit. They're asking me to play support. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to fuck it up. So I was like, I'm not going to fuck this up. I don't care. I'll DJ for $100 if I have to.
100%.
Yeah. So I took that and I was like, what's your rate? I was like, $100. They're like, really? I was like, plus 3 VIPs backstage. They're like, okay.
Nice.
So they're like, so it was for me, that was worth it because if I didn't get that, I don't think my brand as a DJ would have excelled to the next stage.
So what made them think of you? Did you ever ask?
Well, my name was relevant in the scene.
Yeah.
Like I've DJed for like 4 or 5 years in the club scene. Like the name started
Popping off. Yeah.
because I was the first DJ to do trap music.
Right.
Yeah, like Aero Grime, Bauer type of vibe. I was making trap mixtapes and Jersey Club mixtapes, and people were like, "What the fuck? Like this guy's actually like this guy's good. Like
Yeah.
he can play all this stuff and mix hip hop. Like that's good." Like so, the guys from like Canvas, so like the guys who used to run Dorsia.
Yeah.
So Canvas guys used to run Dorsia as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's the same guys.
Hectic.
So I got booked through them, and then my name was just like popping. I was playing for like Cheek, I was playing for Father, I was playing for like all the metric stuff and all the fucking like DSB events back then. So my name really grew, and then they like hit me up like who can play this type of music, and then they're like, I don't know who put my name out there, but they've obviously know my name, and then they got my contact and they hit me up.
Thank fuck for that, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy because after that night, like my life changed. Like,
Yeah, I
like
can
my
imagine.
status as a DJ, people were like, yo, I didn't know you could DJ like that. Like I wasn't just DJing that night, I was actually being an actual like performer.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
performing, like being very versatile, mixing drops, going on the mic. I didn't go on the mic as often. That was my first time that I ever touched the mic.
Whoa.
So I was like, man, I can't just go there and DJ and look down. Like that is not. So I was like, fuck, like how am I gonna make this like a memorable set?
Yeah.
So I started looking up like festivals and like seeing how DJs fucking
Yeah.
hype crowds up. So I was like, okay,
YouTube.
so I gotta do intro, then I gotta do a little countdown here and there,
Yeah.
and then I gotta probably say like a thank you at the end.
Is that the biggest thing that DJs miss? Is the
Performance.
Is the performance, right?
Yeah, you need to. If you don't have that performance energy when you're performing, people just like, oh, it's just a DJ. Like, so if that made me stand out that night, people were like, holy fuck, you can actually like do that. Like I always see you just DJ at the clubs, but like, I've never seen you perform like that. And I was like, yeah, because this is like a fucking event for like Place Malone. Like I need to make it count.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after that night, like my inbox blew up. Everyone was like, I think I gained like 300, 200 followers that night.
That's fucking good.
Because everyone was tagging me like, yo, who's this guy? Like this guy's sick. And then to this day, like kids are like, oh my God, he's that DJ from Post Malone. And I'm like, dude, that's like fucking 7 years ago. You still remember that? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I was like, that was a good night.
Well,
you made it a good night.
You caught it at the perfect time just before he blew.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like one of the biggest stars in the world now.
I feel bad because like Mole Rat played after me and she was so chilled and everyone was like
Oh, no.
booing her and I was like, oh man, I feel bad for her.
Buddha.
Yeah, they're like, just like, it's just, it just wasn't the energy that they wanted after that.
Of course.
So
You're probably hyping it like a
yeah, I
motherfucker.
did. I was like, did I do too much?
Oh, no.
And then the guys like, no, you're perfect, bro. Like, I was like, oh man,
She should have hyped. Yeah.
yeah, still good. I was like, as long as everyone had a good night.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing that she didn't do it because she still played the show. But like, if your aim is to blow up in the industry, like I've talked to many people about this, and I quite often get put on as a guest at on the door at events. And there are multiple ones that like events that I'll go to, and people just go and play their songs, and then they go home. What the fuck? Aren't you hyped about this? This is your ticket out of this.
Yeah.
It might not be this event. It might be the next. It might be the one after that. It might not be for 100 fucking events. But eventually, people are going to recognize you, and they're going to remember how hyped you were on that night. Because I think like people are like they reflect the person on stage.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're doing a good job when everyone's dancing and fucking going nuts.
I feel like the only guys that do this, like, is like Blackout.
Oh yeah, Blackout.
Yeah, Blackout. He's really good
bro.
at that. Like and then my friend Myconic as well. Like these guys, we all get on the mic and I'm like, man, so it's like I might say what he says next time.
Yeah.
I try to get some ideas, but we all like feed off each other, and then.
Are you friends with Quincy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny story. I'm going to so I've got a pop up in Burma.
Right.
So I'm from Burma or Myanmar.
Are you?
So we're going to pop
I would have
up
thought
on the 30th.
Malaysian.
I'll take anything. it's oh, hey, look, I get Moldy, I get Filipino,
Oh yeah, I see.
I get Thai, Korean.
No,
I take Korean, bro. Koreans right now are finessing the world.
Yeah, they are. They're the head of style at the moment.
Yes,
man.
sir.
For sure.
So yeah, Quincy and I've known Quincy for ages, and then we just started linking up just recently when he started doing his like
Don Darko
project. So we're sponsoring Quincy for like pretty much bank stuff with him.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
I'm excited for
whenever
that.
there's a new drop, we always pass him new pieces.
Oh, gangster.
And then he's coming with me to Burma. So we're gonna go take over a club in Myanmar. Yeah. So
Holy
we're doing a
shit.
pop up there for Banx.
What?
Yeah. So we're about to announce it like soon.
You going international, bro?
Yeah.
Holy shit! This is
So
exciting.
this is our first international pop up.
Right.
So this brand's been following us for like 4 years, and he's doing really well.
Mm.
So I give him respect because he's like, I've been following you for like ages. I've learned so much from you guys. Like, I want to collab with you guys one day. And I was like, when you built your brand, like, we'll think about it because we can't just collab with anyone.
Yeah.
And I've been watching him, and he's killing it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I think like you've reached that peak where we're like, we could do this together.
Mm-hmm.
So he got super excited. So he's like, we have to do after party. And I was like, all right, I know guys I want to bring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked Quincy, I was like, yo, you keen to come with me to Burma? He's like, bro, I would love to.
So awesome, bro. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy and proud of what he's
Yeah.
done. When I first, because I didn't know this, but we were friends on Facebook for years.
Same, man. I know a lot of people I've never met for ages until like, he's like, bro, we've been friends from Facebook for like 6 years. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Isn't that fucked up?
I'm so sorry, man. Shit.
I recognize the name, not the face, you know?
Yeah, legit.
But I saw his Don Darko page when he had like 400 followers, and I think he
Yeah.
was like the fourth reel that he'd put up, and I was like, God damn, he's like, this guy's doing it, you know, like, and he worked out CapCut, you know, and like he started doing
Man.
these fucking mad edits.
Weird ass edits, but it works.
It works.
Yeah.
Because jump up is that type of style where you're like, it's so out there that you would slap your nan, you know?
I hope my nan doesn't listen to this.
Oh damn, sorry, nan. But he's tailored it now, you know.
Yeah.
I really I take my hat off to him. Yeah, big time. Are there many people inside of house that are blowing up inside of Perth other than yourself?
Yeah, like Myconic's blown up.
Myconic?
Yeah, like Myconic is a name that he's been there since I was DJing when I was doing Sly Kid.
Right.
So I DJ, he was hosting like before he was doing Myconic, he was just doing underage events. So he was like this 16-year-old kid just hosting underage events.
Heck.
So he has a business mentality, type of like. So he's an events guy.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that since he was young, and then Yeah, he's obviously doing like artisan now, which is like weddings and corporate events.
Okay, nice.
So that's his like side hustle, I would say.
For sure.
And then his brand is Myconic, which is like just takes over, like he does like all the Matter takeover.
Oh.
So he was the first guy that did the Myconic and Friends takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Magnet House for Matter.
Beautiful.
And then yeah, we just came back from Sydney like 2 months ago. We did he did a Myconic takeover in Sydney. Yeah.
What?
So Myconic and Friends at Ivy Nightclub in Sydney. So
Shit.
So he went there first time last year. So then he went back this year. He's like, I want to bring some friends. So he brought myself and Ty. And then Brendan took some videos.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a sick night. Yeah.
How pinnacle is the business side to all this that you're doing?
As in like the brand for Banx?
Yeah,
or?
for Banx and for your DJing as well.
Like how are we going?
Not how you're going. So obviously it's a creative brand, right? And I think a lot of people don't really understand a lot about business, so they fail on that side of things. Because when you're a creative and you're not making money, it's very easy to give up and go do something else.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So let's break it down into two questions. How vital was it in the beginning when you were DJing to be like knowledgeable in the business, and what did you learn, I guess, that took you to the next level?
To be honest, I didn't.
Now it feels like an interview, doesn't it?
To be honest, I didn't feel like it was. I don't know. It was hard because I didn't see anything. I was still learning a lot of things, and I was just going by whatever I felt was right.
Right. So it wasn't one thing that like clicked or something? No?
Yeah. Like obviously DJ was my biggest passion, and that was my money maker obviously at the time, just to pay a lot of my drops. So I knew that was like I needed to focus on that the most. And then after I felt like I've built a name, I wanted to like start Banx. And yeah, if it wasn't because of DJing, I don't think Banx would have been at this level.
Wow.
Yeah. Like DJ really helped me. That's why I was like, and I love DJing. Like it was like my time to actually like just be me, besides doing office jobs and stuff and like being a tradie, I guess.
Is Banx your real last name?
No.
Where does the name Banx
I might change my last name to Banx.
Yeah, it's not bad.
When I go on the clubs, everyone's like, yo, Banx. I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey. It'd be weird if they hit you up with your real last name. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
But my last name is actually Nang.
Nang,
Sylvester Nang. So I just put Banx at the end of it just so you know people, like when they see the brand, they see me, it aligns. So they're like, I'm as part of the brand, even though I'm not on the Banx page as much. But people were like, oh, okay, that's him.
Yeah.
Which just worked.
Well, I called you Sylvester Banx at the start of this.
Yeah. I actually might change my last name now.
Depole it. Straight down the court in the morning.
Yeah.
So one thing that I really wanted to know, because I've seen it on your stories before, is your crypto side.
Yes.
Right? What do you think's happening with crypto? Do you think it's coming back? Do you think there's like a revolution that's happening in the finance industry?
I do believe it's coming back because every three to 4 years there's a cycle. So there's the bear market cycle.
Right.
So if no one knows what the bear market is, that's like when everything's going down. Tanking, shorting.
Then you got your bulls.
Then you got the accumulation period, which is like the halving. So that's where people are trying to figure out what's the next move. And then after that, that's when it just shoots. So yeah, I think
where are we right now?
I think we're at the accumulation period. So the halving's happening right now.
Okay.
So by 2024, 2025, I reckon we've got another eight months to a year until the real bull market comes. So if you're wanting to invest in crypto, this is probably the best time, because I've got a lot of friends that I'm in group chats with, and we share charts. We talk about this stuff like daily.
Yeah.
So right now we're like, I'm learning a lot from them too. So these guys are all like got like big money. They're like, all right, I'm gonna buy this much, or I'm gonna hold on these coins. So I think we're at a market right now where we can actually just put a little bit in. Don't put your whole savings in. I'll dollar cost average.
Yeah.
So you just put like bit by bit, weekly, whenever you feel like it's like a red day. Like people see a red day as a bad thing, but to me that's like a buy day.
Yeah.
So whenever it's like a red day, I would buy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's a dollar cost average, and when it goes green, you'll be in the profits. Because you buy on spot, you'll be fine. Right. But if you leverage, then you might get liquidated.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Do you think Bitcoin's going to come back as hard as it did?
Yeah, I reckon it's not financial advice, but
No, none of this.
none of this financial advice.
I'm a moron. Don't listen to me.
I'm a gambler. I gamble. So
I'm gonna have to put a little caveat on the screen. This is not financial advice.
yeah. So what I've learned in the last 4 years of trading is this is when I first started learning about trading. It was during COVID.
Right.
So my friend Jack Endesby does stocks. He taught myself and a couple of the boys like investment, how to invest, what stocks, what's short, what's long. But yeah, and like I've learned a lot from that. And during that period, during COVID, I like made sure I've learned financial literacy because I've lacked in it. I wanted to learn, but I just didn't know where to start. So I started with stocks, and then I'm in Bitcoin and Ethereum and like crypto stuff.
Yeah.
But I do feel we are going to go into that bull run soon. So my strategy is I'm going to invest in altcoins.
Shit coins.
Not shit coins, but like proper bit companies.
Like Ripple and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, everyone shits on XRP.
Yeah.
But XRP is the future of where everything is gonna go. Like the minute everything gets, I would say when the banks start trading properly.
Yeah.
They need a form of, what's that word? They need that transfer business. That XRP is like it transfers big money from the corporate side to like the exchanges.
Oh.
So when that starts to happen, I think that's right. Like because the banks can't transfer money like just randomly. Like they need an exchange. XRP is that exchange that makes it work. So the minute that happens, XRP could go to at least like they reckon $10,000 to $1,000. But that's like obviously not now. But even the other day, like they said the XRP is not what's it called? The legislation got passed for XRP.
So they're not in court anymore?
Yeah. So that shot up. Like the minute that got announced, it shot up. Like when I saw that announcement, I put $1,000 on spot. I left it. I made like I 5x'd it. I was like,
beautiful.
Oh, we should have fucking leveraged it. I was like, shit.
Should have put 10. Fuck.
I should have just leveraged it.
Yeah. But XRP is one of those ones that I heard about when I first started trading crypto, and I'm out of the crypto game right now. I got out after DFSG did the Ethereum to what is it called? What's the fucking yellow one? Binance. They did a swap, and they were looking like it was gonna boom like crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna boom because it's a bear market. Like this is just a hype just to make some extra cash. But it didn't work.
My wallet went to 450, and then went to zero.
Just like that.
Within, I think it was like 6 hours.
Holy shit.
I'd never seen such a long red line in my life, bro. It was just one single line.
Oh, man.
It was
that
so
on
bad.
spot?
Yeah, it was on the spot. Yeah. I'd put I think it was like 5K in.
You would have made so much.
Oh, bro. I was so fucking happy when I saw that 450. I was like, we've done it, baby.
But you should have just... I've learned from those mistakes. I've got greedy and I'm just like... Yeah, when I see profits, always go half. Like take 50%. Always. Doesn't matter what profits. Yeah. I've learnt that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a glutton in every aspect of the word. You put enough food in front of me, I'll die at the kitchen table. Like, I just don't stop. I'm the same with money. I'm the same with like anything. And I'm open about it, so I don't really give a fuck. But like, what's the point of like risking it all if you don't...
Exactly.
You know?
Like, I'm not like, I've lost... Like, I'm still new. I'm not like the best, but I've lost... The most I've lost in crypto is like 8K.
See, that's smart.
Yeah, but I've had friends I've lost way more, and I feel bad. I was like, "Fuck, 8K. I don't know if I want to do this again." But sometimes you got to lose a lot before you can win a lot. That's how it works.
One of my mates, one of my brother's mates, he's a FIFO worker. He put in 10 grand on a shit coin. Right?
Was it Doge?
No, it was like, I think it was Meowth or some shit. It's a terrible coin. And goes away to work, comes home, and it was at like $210,000. It shot up, right?
Oh my God.
Leaves it in, goes to zero.
See, that's where you just don't know what you're doing. If I see more, to me, my strategy is if I see more than 5 to 10K, I'm taking some profits.
Yeah.
But for him, he could at least took 100K.
100K, right?
100K, and then just left it. But that's part of learning. Like, you learn.
Do you remember like the PooCoin trading exchange?
The PooCoin.
Have you ever heard of PooCoin?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I never got into that one.
Dude, that thing was absolute. I swear to God,
Was it more than Pepe?
Oh, it was so bad. Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure it was Nigerian run.
Oh.
And like, if you traded, it didn't.
Like, when you can't take the money out,
you
you're
can't
fucked.
take- you can't take
I
the
heard
money
about
out.
that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about shit coins. You got to be careful. Like, honestly, I didn't touch any of the shit coins unless it gone to exchange.
Yeah.
Just in case. But my friend, I had friends that fucking like put like $100 on Pepe before it got into like the exchanges. They made like fucking like 100K.
Goddamn.
I was like, fuck.
One of my
and then
ma-
when it went to the exchange, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put $100 on, and I made like $2,000. I was like, all right, I'm out.
Smart man. My mate Sam McIntyre, shout out Sam. He's an algorithmic trader. He does what are they called? You know it.
Algorithm trader, like
That's
just
the one.
no, but he trades based on charts. He
builds algorithms.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's in Sweden. Get this for a fucking story, right? The guy, he's in university. He's learning like how to build algorithms, like quantitative finance. That's what he does, right?
Yep.
And he moves to Sweden on an exchange. When he's in Sweden, he gets to emailing cryptocurrencies, and he finds out this. I'm not going to name the cryptocurrency. Shout out Sam McIntyre. Sam McIntyre is his name. Sam McIntyre. You can hit him up.
He's like, who the fuck is this guy?
And he messages me. He's like, bro, I've started working with this company. I'm just doing all their algorithms and stuff. And he does a deep dive on the owner. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm going to say it. He does a deep dive on the owner.
Yeah.
Finds out this guy's shady as shit, right? Changes the wallet.
The guy's wallet.
The guy's wallet. Like, because he's working for the company.
Yeah.
Because this guy was just playing in a massive rug pool. And Sam like basically writes up this whole email, sends it to the guy. The guy doesn't answer. So Sam, working for the company, makes an announcement on the Telegram for all the investors, and that he said, we're basically just going to stop processing any more trades, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. The dude freaks out so much that he gifts the company to Sam. It's a $50 million cryptocurrency.
Fuck.
Gifts it to Sam. Sam goes through everything with the team,
Yeah.
fixes up everything, tells Telegram, I'm taking over, launches it again. And it goes through the fucking roof.
Game changer.
And now
it's in Sweden too, so you can.
He's traveling the world right now.
That's a spot for it, bro.
He's going
Sam
nuts.
McIntyre. Name rings a bell. I've heard of that name.
He's been on the podcast a couple of times,
Yeah.
and dude, good luck keeping up with him. He's like the fucking smartest guy. I try. I'm a moron. Don't get me wrong. And I try to keep up with him, but I'm like, no, explain that. Explain. He knows I'm an idiot.
People don't get it. Like, there's ways of making money, but everyone is just comfortable. Like,
Well, I think it's like the parents push him into it. You know, like a standard 9 to 5 because that's all they know.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I've got friends that are like, and people like my brother's a 9 to 5 guy. I try to help him. Like, bro, do this, you'd be good. And he's like, I like to play games on the weekend. And I like to like smoke weed on the week, like with my friends. I'm like, bro, like, you can't keep doing that, man. Like, you know, there's a point in your life where you like need to either move or you're just gonna be stuck.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, I thought I could help him, but you know, I can't push someone that doesn't want to be pushed.
Yeah. You got to lead. Leading a cow to the water. You can't push a cow to the water. You got to lead it. I think that I fucked that up.
Close enough.
But Andrew Tate, he says something really cool, and that's that most of the people in the world are just comfortable because they're comfortable.
Exactly.
And once they learn otherwise, there's a
Yes.
different story to it.
Yeah.
If you live your life as if you were playing Grand Theft Auto, not like
Exactly. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yes.
you're not taking the theft into account.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like if you go to the gym, like you're doing Grand Theft Auto, and you focus on like that's why in the top left hand corner that's your money thing, you know, or top right hand, sorry, and it, like you keep account of everything in your life. You can fucking do something.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys, unfortunately, that are all playing a virtual Grand Theft Auto, and they're not willing to live a real Grand Theft Auto life, which like we should be doing. Like,
Yeah. The world's a playground.
it is.
It's been set up that way.
So like I've obviously I've been following take heats, but I've had backlash from people like, oh, why do you follow that guy? I'm like, bro, you don't listen to his shit. Like you don't listen to it properly, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you about something that you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like so for me to that guy's free now. Like I knew he was not guilty. Like the world is fucking dirty.
Yeah.
And the way that they played it on him, but for him, props man, he's a fucking smart dude, and he knows how to fucking play the game.
His dad's a grandmaster in chess, bro. He's just playing real life chess.
Bro, he's been playing chess since he was young, man. So for him, that's real life chess, like you said, man. Like this is crazy. But at the same time, I do value what him and Tristan says to my everyday life. Like obviously, people see the other side of him, but if you look deeper, that's the old him, and that's like him trying to get the views. Yeah, you do anything just to get the views at the time, but now he's like trying to get the good message out. Yeah, and I think to be honest, bro, I've listened to like maybe 50 hours worth of Andrew Tate's podcasting. My YouTube is probably like Tate, Jay Waller, Christian, the ginger with the nice ass. Yeah. PBE podcast. Yeah. Nah, but all these guys are like, that's all I listen to. I listen to podcasts of other guys. I learn a lot from other guys. Like I never watch anything that I don't learn from. Like, it's just waste my time. Yeah. Like I don't even watch Netflix unless I'm on a date. Hey, are you still watching? So yeah, every time I watch Netflix is if I'm on a date or if I'm with the chick. Yeah, of course. But besides that, like don't have the time. I notice nowadays Netflix doesn't have any new documentaries on like finance and stuff. No. They used to have it on the crypto, like what is stocks or crypto. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, my mate's like, Jack was like, yo, watch this. It's on Netflix, and I was like, this is sick. They've not brought out anything new because they know like. They know that's like they don't want people to learn that shit now. Yeah. Well, I think there's probably like some hidden meaning behind that, right? If Netflix don't want you to see it, they probably want you to sit on the couch and watch some other shit. Did you know the Netflix guy, the creator of Netflix, is the guy that invented breakfast? Yeah, it's his like great grandfather or some shit, right? It's crazy, yeah. Like breakfast it's such a weird thing. It's all propaganda. Like. Breakfast, you don't need breakfast. I don't personally. I don't eat breakfast. No. I used to eat when I was younger. I did feel like I was like, man, why am I always tired when I go to high school? Yeah. Like I was always sleepy in the morning. I was like, because I eat so much food. I get to class, I can't concentrate. Yeah, you're falling asleep at the desk. Yeah. So I'm like, after I like figured out, I was like, why do I need to eat that? So I never ate it after like I turned 26 or 27. After that, like my mind started to be a bit more. Like freer, I guess. Like I was more aware of things. I was like had more energy to do things. Yeah. So I didn't touch breakfast. I don't even touch brunch sometimes. Like I don't have lunch till like I try and fast sometimes. Like if I don't eat during the day, it makes me want to work harder. Yeah, right. So if I didn't work out in the morning or train, then I feel like I don't deserve to eat breakfast. So you're like taking the Tate thing to the max then, because you're like earning your food. Yeah. Like I don't know, like he's right. Like when I thought about it, I was like, why do I like some people just wake up to eat, but you don't need to eat. Like, technically you can actually survive on not eating for like a couple of days. I know, it's like I've got friends that fucking fast and they fast for like, 5 days. I'm like, so obviously it's just all in the mental game. Yeah. So I like, obviously I didn't do it all for Tate. I did it all for my personal self as well, because I want to see what makes me work better. Yeah. And I did focus better in the morning. Like, I got work done. I was less distracted. I was less tired. Because after lunch, I'm tired. So I'm like, maybe I should eat lunch. Maybe I have like a light lunch. So I have like a half of my lunch. I save it. And then I had that in the afternoon as like a snack. Yeah. That's a good idea, man. Yeah. I think like right now, I've even had like, I had authentic bites for lunch. I had like 5 dim sums. That was it. Nice. Just to keep me going. Fuck, I love dim sum. Holy shit. What's the one on Rose Street? Northbridge Street. Is it Dragon Dumpling House? I think it might be. Is it like next? Is it next? Dragon Dumpling House. Dragons. Oh man,
Shit.
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
There is a place called Double Dragon Dumplings.
Double Dragon.
Bro, they do the best. I think it's like
Dragon,
chili pork dumplings, man.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
fucking so good. I fuck up some dumplings, bro. Fuck up some
I have
dumplings.
I'm not gonna lie. I have like that one. I have that once a week. Like I go to the Authentic Bites after gym.
Where's Authentic Bites?
They have one in Carrot, Good Life.
Oh, right. Heck
Yeah, so that's my home gym, or my hood, I would say. For
Your
the gym.
hood?
The gym.
Revo Fitness?
I'm at Revo as well.
Yeah?
I DJ for Revo for when they have like store openings or
okay,
so I'm the guy they call.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what, I'll join. I might as well just join them and just. Yeah, it's actually good, but the only thing bad about Revo is like they don't have any sauna.
Yeah.
I'm a big sauna guy.
Me too. Massive.
Yeah,
proponent.
I can't go to the office unless I do the sauna.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just feel weird. Like, it just doesn't feel fresh. Like, I need to feel.
What does it do?
It just
for you?
For me, it's just like relieves stress.
Yeah.
It makes my body. It's not like obviously I go in the sauna and I have a cold shower and then I do another session. But it's close enough to an ice bath for me.
Yeah. Especially in winter.
Yeah. Oh, I still take cold showers in winter.
Do you?
Yeah.
You mad motherfucker.
In the morning, I wake up, put in the cold shower for like 30, 40 seconds, and then I just get out. Just a quick wake up.
Yeah.
Get to the gym, have pre-workout, and then do my session, and then go straight in the sauna after that.
They used to say that working out after going into the ice or into a cold shower or something was bad for the muscles, especially if you were lifting. But there's a new study that came out after they did I think it was Linda Joberg or some shit like that. And it's a study on testosterone levels after going into an ice bath and then working out and using the heat from working out to warm the muscles, right? There is an increase of like 400% in testosterone when you train after going into an ice bath.
I should go into the sauna and ice and have a cold shower before I train.
Yeah.
I might try that actually.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it again after.
Yeah, and then do it after. I think
Interesting.
there's something to doing cardiovascular work.
Yeah.
And then going into the sauna, because what happens in the sauna is your heart rate actually goes up.
Yeah.
To like spread the blood so it can cool down, you know. And I think that if you do a cardiovascular like routine, maybe like 20 minutes on the bike or something, get your heart rate up to like 120 and then go into the sauna like instantly, as fast as you can run to the sauna.
Like you need to pee.
Yeah, like you need to pee, and then just piss on the cold. But there's maintenance that it can keep you at. So if you do 20 minutes in the sauna after doing cardio, it actually replicates and does 40 minutes of cardio. So yeah, it's like doing 40 minutes, but you're actually just sitting there.
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild.
I might have to try it because I actually want to stop taking pre-workouts. Like, it's not good for you. Mm-hmm. So
what's your jam at the moment?
I have no idea.
You don't know? You don't know what you're taking?
my mate goes to the gym. I was like, bro, my last one is like getting weak, man. Like, do you got something good? He's like, I got this one, but you should only take this one before you take this one. What do you mean? What's wrong with the other one? He's like, the other one's more fucked up. I was like, let me just try the fucked up one. He's like, all right. I tried it. I was like, holy shit. I was buzzing.
Damn.
Yeah. So he's like, but take like a little bit of scoop. So I'm used to it now for this one. So I'm like, what do I go next? Like, fuck.
Were you around when Jack 3D was out? The original
I remember.
One?
Yeah,
1,3-dimethylalanine.
Yeah, I had those, bro. They gave you face tingles.
Oh, you couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep.
No.
I was like, holy shit! I took pre-workout in the morning. I took pre-workout at 2:00 or lunchtime. I was like, why can't I sleep? This is fucked.
It's like pretty much methamphetamine. Like 1,3-dimethylalanine is literally one of the components to meth, which is wild.
My mate at the time, obviously, he's not here anymore. He's locked up.
Yep.
He was taking, like, he didn't drink.
Yeah.
So
you
when
just
he
take it
goes
before
out,
you
when
go-
he goes out, he's just like, he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm taking Jack 3D. I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck? He's like, I'm taking pre-workout before we go out. He's like, yeah. I was like,
I've done that before.
all right.
He's just on the fucking dance floor.
Yeah. I was like,
He's
makes
Terry
sense.
Crews
Makes
in White
sense.
Girls,
Yeah. Makes sense now. Makes sense.
But Jack 3D was there's actually a website that you can get the original Jack 3D still.
It's on like what did they sell it? The black market or some
Yeah,
shit?
it's black.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
grey
dark web
markets
or some shit.
Yeah, but you can still buy that shit, which is very concerning.
I don't think
I don't want to try it
probably
again.
try
Not
it
at this
again.
age. No.
I'm glad I got to try it once.
Yeah, me too. Me
Just like, oh, have you tried that? Yeah.
too. You don't want it.
Don't want it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I kind of want it. There's too many regulations these days for that shit to be around, and I think it's for the better because kids these days are like I used to be a bodybuilder. Your mate Lewis,
Oh yeah, Lewis S. I can't know his last name.
his last name's
Lewis used or Lewis
Jack Lewis, tight waist. What's his name?
brown skin or light skin? Or
Kind of brown.
sure, I know two Lewis. I know Lewis.
He was at the
used.
New Year's party with you.
Oh, Lewis. I still can't see his last
Oh,
name.
God.
Escalama. Yeah. Sorry, Lewis.
Sorry, Lewis.
Still can't see his last name. I still can't see his last name.
Like kids these days see guys like him, right? And then they're like, "Fuck, I want to get like in that shape." And I don't know if he's taking shit or not. But his physique is wild.
Yeah, I remember like when I first met him, he was a bit skinnier. And I didn't see him for a while. But that's when he had a girlfriend. And then after they broke up,
It does some things, bro.
does some things.
It does some things, man.
I was like, damn, man, like you're getting more than one girlfriend now. Like,
yeah.
don't worry about her.
Yeah, you got one under every separation.
Nah, he's we always see each other like after he's broke up with they broke up with her. Like he's been just hanging with me heaps.
Yeah.
I've been training with him as well.
When I saw that guy, I was like underneath the tank top, his arms are jacked, and he's got this tiny little waist, bro. And I was like, bro, you're gonna do some things if you step on stage. And I think he's planning
won.
to.
Yeah,
Like,
he no, I'm not sure he won, but he came second or third or maybe won.
that placing
Yeah.
is fucking awesome, man. That's crazy.
So when I went training with him, he was showing me like it was really good to actually listen to him because I was like, man, how do I get my shoulders bigger and how do I get my traps to go like this? And he's like, bro, like do this weight and do this type of technique, do this train. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah. Dude's a wild man. But my point just to finish the point was if kids these days see him and like he looks young. He looks very young, you know?
He's not young.
I bet he's not from what you've told me about yourself. He could be 95 years old. But kids will see that and then they'll want to jump on like gas or like that's steroids terminology. And they want to do all these crazy things that aren't good for their health when they're young because like when they get older, they're fucked.
yeah,
you know?
facts. Yeah.
I did a bunch of steroids.
I was scared of it, man. Like I never touched it. Like I got friends that did touch it and they obviously jacked.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend that I used to go skateboarding with. He was smaller than me, and he was a bit fat at the time. And then I was like, he didn't see him for like 4 years or 3 years. And then I was like, man, the fuck happened to you? Because he used to hang out with like all the Moldy boys.
Yeah, right.
Play rugby, but he didn't tell me he was taking steroids. And I was like, now I look at him, he's like a unit. He's like twice as big as me. I was like, bro, like, damn, that would have been me if I took steroids. But no, I was like, man, steroids can change your body, man. It's crazy.
I remember meeting Paulie V.
Yes. I met Paul. I knew Paulie when he was just skinny Paulie.
Yeah. I remember when he was a little bit small. Well, a lot smaller than he is now. Every time he sees me now, he does not remember me, which is fucking hilarious. I play it off so well. I drove past him in North Perth maybe 3 months ago or something, and he had a fucking tank top on. I was like, Paulie V! He's like, who the fuck is that?
He looks like a fucking dude from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, no
the Asian guy. That's it, Donkey Kong.
Oh god damn, he's jacked as fuck, man.
Yeah.
There's some people in this city that are fucking doing things in their little industries, and I'm so stoked that you're around doing your thing. This is fucking crazy, and yeah, holy shit, bro. Like what the fuck? I think Perth is on the come up, man. There's a lot of people that are traveling here from Melbourne just to hit Perth now because it's
crazy.
Perth, right?
Because when I was in Sydney, I went to Sydney and for Fashion Week, they look up to us. Like you think Perth is like fuck all, and we're like, oh, Sydney's like fucking huge. They're doing cool shit, but you go to Sydney, like they look up to Perth brands. Perth has like a really good boutique following. and we just don't see it because we're all like in our own little bubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, over in Sydney, like, bro, you guys are so lucky. You guys got Lo-Fi, you got Street X, you got Highs and Lows, you got Cabinet Noir. You got these brands over there like fucking like Riot Hill, obviously used to be there as well in Perth, and then obviously Banx as well. And then over there, they don't have that cool niche that we have.
Boutique.
Yeah. Obviously they've got G-Dub, but like G-Dub is like a different game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
G-Dub's doing things, man.
They
have been for a minute, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy how to see how they come up with. Like, obviously these guys were like fucking, you know, doing shady stuff back then.
Yeah, of course.
But they finessed it and used that money
in a good way.
In a good way to grow, and which is, you know, the legal way, obviously.
Yeah.
But props to these guys, bro. Like, they're fucking killing it.
I feel like nobody wants to be doing bad shit. They only do the bad shit because it has an illegal stigma to it. And I'm not an advocate for doing illegal shit, right? Sometimes I do illegal shit just because it's not legal, right? Like, take weed, for example. I smoke weed on the podcast, but if it was completely legal, it wouldn't be a stigma.
Exactly.
And props to people that are actually like doing some cool shit, and like even if you've been a little bit naughty, you're making something of yourself.
I've got friends that like, I know from what I've learned in the past or in the last 10 years of doing business, like, people that are doing big things, they party, and it's a fact. Like, obviously, you know, they don't talk about it, but it's when you're at that level, partying is the only way for them to actually be themselves. You know, because you need to let loose.
Dude, I feel like the more crazy your life is, the harder you party.
That is true because, yeah, like, you know, I've got friends that just came back from partying with, like, you know the Lee collection, the guy.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Lawrence can party. Yeah, he has energy.
I bet he fucking does.
So they
I
went.
have
They
some
went
energy too with
bro,
$5.5 billion.
for 7 weeks, man. Like,
Seto was over there.
yeah, I was just with him today. So I was speaking to him. I was like, man, like, how did you survive? He's like, bro, I don't know. Like, first 2 weeks is pretty hard, but after that, you get used to it.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, did you get sick at all? He's like, man, I think I got sick, but I just didn't know I was sick.
Yeah.
I was like,
you
damn.
have so many endorphins running through you.
Yeah.
Just like,
your body just gets used to it. So, yeah, he was like, bro, we landed on a Wednesday night. Lauren's like, let's go out.
yeah. Well,
It's a Wednesday night, bro. We just landed.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, we're going out.
wasn't like
It was in
Tiger
Paris.
or
It was
some
in
shit?
Paris.
Yeah,
They were in
yeah,
Paris. So
yeah.
they fucking went to some cool spot. I don't know where.
Some fucking billionaires owning club kind of thing.
Probably. It was like it was a cool restaurant that turned into like a restaurant. Then, you know, next minute is like dancers start coming out.
So it's like Mexicola, but in Paris.
But more bougie.
Oh,
yeah.
more
So like
bougie.
bougie. And it just turns into a club. Like, it's a restaurant. Imagine you're having dinner.
Some
like
bitch stands
posh,
on your
fancy,
fucking
and then
steak.
people start coming out, and then there's a DJ start playing just house music, just like,
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, yeah, and then there's like bottles coming out. You're like,
That'd be mad.
That's the vibe when you
Yeah.
actually go to that level of partying over there.
Are you gonna do any hookups with Seto
For just traveling?
for Banx and stuff?
Yeah, we are hopefully.
Try and get Lawrence on the brand.
Yeah, that's already in the talks.
Oh, imagine Banx and Lee collection.
Now it'll be cab.
Cab
Yeah,
and Lee
it's a
collection.
cab thing. Yeah, so we've already discussed it last year, but obviously we just couldn't fit it in with everything that was happening.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we've got designs already there.
Awesome, man.
But we just need to. I've got the concept, but we just need to know when to do it. Because right now, Lee collection is like on a scale of like just it's blown up. Because Saturday obviously came into the video side for the brand now, so that's why Lawrence is like picked him up, then like come with me, like, you know, for content.
Oh, dope.
Which is really good because I feel like it's as a well-known person in the community, like, you need to have that right content, and Saturday is the guy for it.
Yeah.
And the cars to his personal IG.
Yeah. I just think it's fucking wild that those kind of people exist in such a small city.
It's crazy too, man. Because like, it's funny as it is, I DJ'd like, I knew who he was, but I didn't know him on a personal level.
Yeah.
But I DJ'd his PR's 30th birthday I didn't know it was his PR. Like she's like talking to me. She's like, hey, like I've got like a birthday, but like a lot of my peers from work don't really know me because I've only been there for like a year or two, so it might be a little bit awkward. But it's a lot of the company's going to be there, like all the board members. I was like, oh, okay, and like I'm sure I got this. Like I know what to play.
Yeah.
And I rocked up to their 30th birthday, and I was like, holy shit! She actually balled the fuck out of this event. Like it's a birthday. It feels like a wedding.
Yeah,
it's like a
okay.
tequila bar.
Oh shit!
There's like Mexican food coming out like every like 30 minutes.
Oh whoa!
And then she had like a massive setup for like seating, just free alcohol all night.
God damn!
And then like I'm like friends with Coconut Photography, Josh.
Yep.
I was talking to Josh before, and he's like, we might go out after this. I was like, cool. I might go to Butterfly. He's like, I bet. And then I was just like, whatever. After I stopped talking for like 2 hours, I looked to the right. He's walking in. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, Josh. He's like, Sil. He's like, and then I was like, oh. It makes sense now. I know who the guy is. It's Lawrence's company.
yeah.
Because someone's like, yeah, it's a billionaire from Perth, and then some waiter was like, yeah, I think he's a gamer. And I was like,
Not
I didn't know any gamer. I didn't know any gamers in Perth that's like on that level.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. I got to DJ's the company's like PR marketing.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, it was a really good. So like people really enjoy the night. They're like, bro, you killed it.
That's sick.
So for me to DJ that, he's got to see me DJ, and I was like, I wonder if I'll be booked for his company thing next year.
One idea that I had, Lawrence posted Black Swan. Do you know what they thought a Black Swan was back in the day?
I can't remember that one actually.
It's like they thought a Black Swan didn't exist until they came to Perth. Right, and then they were like, "Holy shit, there's blacks." That's why they call it the Swan River, because the Black Swan.
Yes.
And Lawrence posted something about a black swan back prior to them coming to Perth. They thought that they were so rare; it was like 1 in a billion. And he calls himself a black swan on this post, on this story that he put up. And I was like, interesting. I wonder if any like clothing company or something is going to do like a black swan thing with him, because that would be dope as shit. Like it would be sick, bro. That's a fucking...
How long was it that?
Maybe like 2 months.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Oh, well, if we do it, then it's us.
Hey, fuck it. No. It wasn't my idea. It was his idea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like I'm not trying to like ride anyone's dick right now, but he's actually like Tete was telling me that he's a real genuine dude.
Yeah. I've seen him with his family and stuff, and a lot of billionaires, like, they don't show that side of their stuff.
That's the thing. Like, you don't see it. Like, he was like, I remember Tete telling me today, we had a conversation. He's like, some dude asked him, like, why do you buy all these cars? And the dude's listening, Lawrence was like, well, I love cars. And then he's like, yeah, but you don't get to drive them all. He's like, well, my friends can. So,
that's cool.
So it's not just for him. Like he does it for all his friends, his people that he cares about.
Yeah.
Why I respect him on that level of like just being a genuine guy.
Of course. I think that what he did for the online gaming community was fucking amazing. Like casino online first in Australia
before COVID, right?
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah, I've heard of it before COVID. I did hear about it. My friend. Ben Tour. So he owns Shui.
Okay, right.
So I said it right this time. I've been calling it Shui. So for 3 months I've been saying Shui. No one told me that it was wrong.
I thought you were talking about some other company.
Yeah, everyone's like, "You're doing a Shui?" I was like, bro, I feel embarrassed. So yeah, Shui. Ben invested into Lawrence's stock, I would say.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and he
killed it.
Yeah, he's living, because Ben used to be a bartender.
Heck, dude.
This is when Capital was Capital, and like, yeah, I think he was a bartender there at the start, and then he was a really, really good bartender, and he made his name, and then he opened his restaurant or bar, I think, and then one day he just stopped after COVID, obviously. And I was like, why did you stop? He's like, bro,
look at this. zeros on zeros on zeros on zeros.
COVID, bro. COVID was... People saw COVID as a bad thing. I saw COVID as an opportunity.
In what way?
In a way for me to learn, for me to invest, and me to like, how am I going to like prepare for the next COVID if there is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was another COVID, boom, I'm taking all my savings out. I'm going to invest this. I'm going to learn all this about like finance, because I use that time to study financial literacy, and I worked on my brand. I like made like a collection. I just couldn't watch Netflix all day. I couldn't do that. Like I was grinding every day.
That's a smart move.
Like everyone who stayed home, I was like, no, I'm going to Cab, because Cab was still open, like it's functioning as a store, because it was just doing like online orders. So it was just me and Ed. So every morning, like I wake up, like I woke up really easily during COVID. Right now I can't. Now I'm just like, fuck, I can't get up. COVID, I was like 6 a.m. Boom, get up.
Yeah.
Have like a coffee, go to drive to the city, park my car in front of LV because no one's there, so I can just leave my car all day.
Yeah.
And then I'm there till 8 p.m. That was me for like 3 months.
Nice.
And it felt great.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, I missed that.
I think that time period, man, for the people, the hustlers, the real hustlers,
Yeah.
it was an opportunity to regroup, find out what was really making you tick, what got you getting up in the morning so easily, and really putting in the hard work. Like this podcast didn't exist before COVID.
For real.
Yeah, this podcast.
There you go. COVID brought a lot of things out in people. Like it brought out me to actually look at money differently.
Yeah.
Like I've looked at things a lot differently now since COVID. Like I know that the world is not how it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this happening? Like this doesn't feel right. People were just like, yeah, no, let's get the jab. And I'm like, I didn't trust it. Like there's a reason behind it.
You didn't get it?
I had to.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
me too.
because of the whole work-wise.
Yeah.
If I wasn't doing stuff in the clubs, I would have just like, I would have tried to find a leap. Like a lot of friends of my like wealthy friends have like got loopholes.
Yeah.
And they got like fake ones. I was like, fuck, I should have done that.
Yeah. One of my, I'm not going to name his names, but one of my mates paid a doctor to inject him with saline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they took $500 cash.
No, they know it's not good for you.
Yeah.
The doctor knows.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like tell you off for it.
But they needed the vial number because they were all numbered, so
Exactly.
he just squirted it in the sink and then just.
There you go. And there's no cameras in there.
There's no cameras,
Yeah.
no.
I would have, if I knew that, I would have done the same, because I got really, really sick. Not from, like, obviously I had COVID after. I was like, what's the point? I got COVID anyways.
Yeah.
This vaccine made me sick, plus I got COVID, so I got sick twice. Like, what was the point of it?
Interesting. I got autoimmune issues now.
Damn.
After I took the vaccine, I was.
Man. That's the thing, like, some people have it differently after that. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Like,
It is what it is,
yeah.
but like before the whole COVID thing, I didn't have an issue my entire life up
Exactly.
until like 29, bro.
Damn.
And then I took the jab and got the flu, which was COVID.
Yeah.
And I felt cold. My bones felt weak. Like
Does it happen often? Or does it only happen like only when you're sick?
the autoimmune issues.
Yeah.
So what happened was I started getting inflammation in like my organs. So now I've like in the last 6 months I've had 7 surgeries.
Fuck.
And it's basically getting to the point now where we're going to look at taking out certain organs and see if I can run like that. But I don't want to do that, so I'm trying to recorrect everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Get
Just by health, like just not having.
massive amounts of like health initiative.
Yep. I think that's probably the best.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I like they want me to take. Okay, there's this drug called I think it's called Exflimumab or some shit.
I think you was going to say ecstasy. I was like,
I want
fuck.
to take some ecstasy. I'm just going to put it in my veins. And it's blood. They're like, that shit, this is what the doctors have told me. And I don't care if I'm crossing any confidential lines right here. They said for the rest of your life, every 2 weeks, we need you to come here and have blood transfusions, which means we take your blood out, spin it in a centrifuge, and add this chemical and then put it back in you
For the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life.
What if you want to go on a holiday?
You can't. You can't leave this city anymore.
Jesus.
So I was like,
Fuck.
no. So every time I have a surgery, they're like, we're still waiting on you to take that medication. And I'm like, no. So I'm now seeking other ways
avenues.
and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
and
Man.
going to see specialists and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But yeah, like without that fucked up scenario where
You didn't have to do COVID
didn't
jab.
have to do the COVID jab,
Did you do 2 or 1?
2 of Pfizer.
Fuck.
What'd you take? Pfizer, Moderna?
I'd probably have to do 1 of each.
One of each?
Yeah, the first one and then the other one after, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like, fuck. I was just like, why am I doing this? Like,
Didn't it feel weird being in the doctor at that point? Because you're like, I'm not sick.
It wasn't a doctor. Like, I would say they were like a
pharmacist.
Yeah.
It felt weird being there because everyone was there and like some people were happy about it. Oh, we're finally not going to be sick anymore.
I was just happy that I could work still because after they said that if you don't do this, you can't DJ, you can't get in the clubs. I was like, fuck, serious? So I couldn't make any money.
That's fucked.
So that's why I'm trying to find other ways of making money. Like I'm not going to rely on like DJ income. So obviously, hopefully, like my money is all well equipped by the time the next COVID happens or whatever.
Yeah. One of my friends, Adam Ritchie, he's a singer in Perth. He came and did the podcast. I think he was like number 25 or something like that.
Damn.
And he had pericarditis from the vaccine.
What's that?
It's when a part of your heart doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
So he would like talk, and then like 20 minutes in, we'd stop for a bit just because he was
just needs to
white,
like,
bro.
Oh yeah, because then there's no blood.
Yeah, he wasn't getting. His heart wasn't pumping correctly.
Yeah, that thing's fucked up a lot of people.
What the fuck, man? Like soccer players just falling over in the middle of the pitch. Like it's like what the fuck?
From COVID jab.
COVID jab, yeah. They don't want to say that though. They don't want to say that. No. These guys were just too healthy. That's what that is. Like too healthy? The fuck are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And I think that like if it happens again, we know what they're doing now. So like we're gonna have a little bit more of a rebellion.
Fuck Bill Clinton. Sorry, fuck.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy
because he fucks kids,
exactly.
but also fuck Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, fucking same, different toilet.
I feel like all Bills are fucked. Oh shit. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of that Jeffrey Epstein shit at the moment.
Bro, that shit's whack, man. Like the fact that they want in charge the Tate brothers for that shit, and not to have the same. I think I saw like there's a Twitter that one of Epstein's close friends called like Andrew like a pedophilia or something, or like he was like he was like a human trafficker.
Yeah.
But the fact that he is on Jeffrey Epstein's list is just a fucking joke as well.
Have you seen the list?
I haven't seen it yet. Has it been leaked?
Yeah, it's been leaked.
Whose name is on there?
Everyone's.
Like who? Just say the top one that everyone knows.
Oh well, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I knew that he'd be on there. Hillary Clinton.
Tom
Hanks.
Tom Hanks was on it. What's that? John Legend.
No.
Bro. Yeah, he was on it. Yeah.
Why? No, I can't listen to the songs the same way.
Yeah, I know, right? Bro.
After R. Kelly did that shit, I was like, I didn't play his shit in the clubs.
No.
I didn't play it. Like, someone's like, no, no one has requested Ignition. Ever since I get Pony. I get Pony, but I didn't get Ignition.
Yeah, every time I hear an R. Kelly song, I just say,
that shit needs to get viral again, man. I feel like they covered up that list when, remember that submarine shit happened?
Mm-hmm. That was a cover-up.
I knew that was a cover-up. I'm like, why are people fucking frothing over this shit? Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is a cover-up for something. And I knew it was something. I was like, I'm not going to get into it because everyone's just sharing this shit. I'm like, this is a big joke.
Have you seen the most recent, the head of Pfizer being railed in court? Like the CEO of Pfizer, and that they put out some news story and it was like just underneath it, and I was like, wait, what is this? And I fucking clicked on it and I started watching it and I was just like, oh shit, they're grilling the fuck out of them. But because they can't charge them, they basically like, it felt like they were just telling off a kid.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it a public.
Yeah, they were just trying to publicize it.
Yeah,
exactly.
But there's no real punishment behind it.
Yeah,
it's fucking whack.
The pharmacies and big pharma rather, not so much the pharmacies. Jesus, the big pharma, like Purdue Pharma, like the OxyContin kind of producers and stuff, they get fined. Like the biggest fine ever that was given to, I think it was, what's the? God damn it, I've forgotten. Don't mind. There was a diabetes medication that they gave to some fucking number of people, and 60,000 people died. Damn. And then they copped a $4 billion fine. They made 12, so they were still up $8 billion. That's not a loss.
That's not a loss,
That's not a loss, man. These companies are literally the size of fucking countries now. And
because of this whole COVID jab.
Yeah, well, didn't fucking Moderna make something like $62 billion or some shit the first year? What?
And they're all probably backed by, BlackRock,
Oh yeah.
and then Vanguard guys as well. Like I've been getting into like, stuff deep the last 5 years. Like I knew when COVID happened, I was like, must be one of these guys. So, like,
Yeah.
100%.
There's a is it a PCG meter? I think it's PCG, something like that. And it's a meter for a company before they can sell anything, that they have a certain score that they get, right? And I think George Soros, he's the guy that heads this fucking thing. And it's like, if you want to be able to advertise, you have to hit a certain level on this PCG thing, right? And now it's gotten to the point where you have to have some sort of inclusion. So you have to have either a gay, lesbian, trans that works for the company.
Yeah.
You need a certain amount of Asians. You need a certain amount of black people. You need a certain amount of white people. And then you can have a decently high score. That's why, like, Calvin Klein's doing so well now, because they push that fucking trans shit. Did you ever?
I've not seen the actual.
Bro, check this shit out. There is a fucking ad campaign that came out from Calvin Klein, and they wanted to not change too much of like how they operate. So basically what they did is they made the man and the woman in their standard advert the opposite, and they put a transgender in each thing. So the dude's pregnant, right?
This is why I stopped watching TV or anything on the internet that's like ads, because everything's all fucked now. It's just so bad. They're pushing it towards kids now.
Yeah, and then the kids are seeing this shit, right?
What the fuck is wrong with the world, man?
That's a dude, and that's a chick. And she's pregnant, and she's had her tits cut off, right? And they're pushing an underwear advert. And this is like, this was on billboards and shit in LA and New York, and everyone was just like, that ain't right. Like, what the fuck have our kids got to look up to? American kids.
I've got a lot of I've got friends that are like gay and stuff. Like nothing wrong with that, but the fact that they're pushing this towards kids and making this like normal for them, because like kids are like kids are the most
malleable.
Oh, what's that word?
They're like sponges.
Yeah, that too. But they're also pure.
Innocent,
and this is what they want. Like they want to. It's a satanic thing.
Yeah, I believe
this
so.
Is all to me. This is all like satanic shit that they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like
whole
the Sam Smith shit.
Yeah, it's the movement. It's not just that. It's to dirty their minds and make them. Yeah, it's weird as it sounds, but they do damage to our society, and that's how they have control.
I think on a personal level, like for humans, if you don't feel like you're in the same, like if you're in the right body or something, that's cool.
That's cool, but you've got till you're 18, 16 to say, but not when you're like 5.
Yeah, apparently the suicide rates on men transitioning to women and then them becoming of age is staggering. Like they commit suicide because they're like, oh fuck, I changed too early. I've got all these emotions that I actually should be in a man's body now, and I'm a female, like by right, a female. There's just too many variables to start advertising.
They don't talk about that stuff though, hey?
They don't. No, they want to shut it down, right?
But they want to push the whole agenda of like that movement.
But isn't it just like what they did with racism? Like it's smoke and fires is what I call it, right? Just because you see smoke doesn't necessarily mean there's a fire, but you do have to check on it.
Yes.
And if they create enough smoke, you will pay attention to the smoke. So it's almost like when they pin the black people against the white people, or the white people against the black people, then it creates like a tribalism, a divide in people, and then they can do some shady shit behind the curtain.
I feel like that's what like the whole Black Lives Matter thing was about too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, this feels like another movement that's gonna happen, but I don't know what's going on. But
I was 100%
there was nothing wrong with
for
it. Like,
no,
it was a good idea, like what people were standing behind. But I knew there was a bigger picture behind that.
Yeah. Well, the George Floyd thing, right, is like, as soon as that shit happened, I saw the video. I watched the whole thing. It was the most horrific shit.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was I'm not saying I didn't support Black Lives Matter, but there was there was shit that was happening.
I support the Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah. I don't support the organization.
Exactly.
That it's literally a company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the owner or the leader of that company makes $2.6 million a year. You're like, wait, what? I thought this was a movement.
A movement to help.
Yeah,
the
bring
community.
awareness to like police brutality. But then, like when they did the Black Lives Matter rally and nobody was wearing a mask at the height of COVID.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, right. They didn't say jack shit about the masks. And then at like the COVID rally, there was. I think they reported a story that there was like a 200% increase of COVID because they were like banding together against COVID. But the Black Lives Matter one was fine.
Yeah.
And nobody had masks on.
I saw that. I was like, that's kind of weird.
It's fucking strange, man. It's like they're choosing what we can get angry at or what they... Like the ones that happened... Have you seen the riots in Paris recently? Apparently a kid died. He got pulled over and got shot by one of the cops.
Wow.
That was on duty in the area, and some other shit happened. I can't remember completely, and then they started rioting.
Oh yeah, 100%. They have
rioting
the right to.
hard, and they have a right to riot.
Legit.
Which
you
is
don't fuck with the French, man. The French have always, they've been known for their revolutions, man. They don't like the Americans got a lot to learn from the French.
Yeah,
they know like if you fuck with them, they don't fucking sit down and just shut the fuck up. They move. Yeah.
There's something that's the French Revolution, right? There's something to having an ideology that you all agree on, which is beneficial to you all.
Yep.
When you have too many different chiefs and not enough Indians,
Yep.
that's not a racist thing. I'm sorry if it come across that way. But when you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians, like what's happening with America, I think that there's just an implosive nature to that, which it's going to go crazy.
I feel America, like this is from my point of view, but this has even happened with like history, like the Roman civilization. They ruled for 1,000 years. Like they crumbled because they got too obsessed with sex. They got too upset. They lost who they were.
That's what happened, right?
Yeah,
it was gender miss,
and then people just didn't want to join the army. They didn't like the Roman army. Fell, and then obviously the leadership wasn't there. Like a lot of the emperors were getting killed. Like you can't just. It's all about power.
Yeah.
See, that's what's happening right now. I feel like with everything, like the world, like they're killing people off. Obviously, like presidents being murdered or fucking shot.
Fucked up.
This country saying this to another country. It's gonna. I don't know what's next, but the next 5 years is gonna be pretty hectic. I feel.
Fucking hell. Well, I'm so glad that we're kind of remote in Perth, but we still have the opportunity to make something of this city.
Well, yeah, we do, but I feel because we're allies with the Americans.
Yeah.
Technically, we're not. Australia's not owned by Australia.
No,
it's owned by the
UK.
The UK.
Yeah, that's why we have the Queen on our fucking money.
But the UK is also owned by. It's like it just goes. There's like a ladder. There's like the hierarchy. There's like the higher person, and then the. My theory is everything that we see right now is not owned by any of those nations. It's owned. I reckon it's purely owned by like the Saudis. The Saudis have the biggest say.
Yeah,
Russia. And Russia, but Saudi has the leverage. They've got oil.
Yeah,
America.
They don't have
America could take over Saudi Arabia, but they know that they got America by the balls because they need oil.
Yeah, of course.
So they can't fuck with it. And even though they're like they've got the money and stuff, like they know that there's like ties in there that they can't really fuck with them because the Saudi royal family is fucking powerful.
Of course, yeah. The trillionaires,
bro.
Yeah,
and they're like they're more wealthy. Trillion. Yeah, they're wealthier than the Rothschilds.
Oh yeah. By far. Yeah.
So these guys, like, I was even researching a lot. Like September 11 one popped up the other day, and I watched like a documentary about it. Yeah. So when the 9/11 happened, there was Israel spies that was in America at the time. They knew the bombing was going to happen. Obviously, they were just keeping an eye out on they're seeing if they'll like actually goes ahead with it or not.
It's interesting that you said bombing.
So it was just like they knew it was going to happen, and it was all inside, like 100%. Like there was
the Pentagon lost I think it was like $1 billion or something in their records, and that exact office that had the records of that billion that was lost was hit with a fucking missile.
Exactly,
and it wasn't a plane that hit it.
No. It was not a
There's
plane.
video evidence of a fucking missile hitting that.
Exactly.
Which
It's
is
just how the news media show like little plane wreckages. Even with the World Trade, like like these guys were like waiting for the plane to hit. They knew the location, where to watch, and they knew when it was going to hit.
Yeah. Well, apparently there was thermite detection at the base, the core, right? So a normal building structure will have like steel beams that go through the middle, and then they build the levels out of those steel beams.
Yeah.
There's some evidence that shows that the jet fuel
Can't burn it.
it cannot melt it.
I've seen that.
It
I've
doesn't
seen
burn
that.
high
Yep.
enough, and an explosion wouldn't bend those steel.
Airplane jet fuel, it's not hot enough to burn
Yeah.
that type of steel. Yeah, it has to be planted, and you need to have the right.
Yeah. So thermite is something that like eats away at steel like instantaneously, and it burns something at like 6,000 degrees. So it would bring it down quickly. And how the 9/11 buildings went down is there was smoke from the bottom straight away.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is like
It's odd.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have a fall path if it was if it was made out of a wood core, right?
Because the planes did hit the building, right? Like,
Yeah, the planes were hit. It did hit
yeah.
the building, and there's kind of some evidence now that that they sacrificed their own aeroplanes. Like they knew that they were going on that flight path, which makes sense, and it makes sense as to why the Taliban knew how to fly fucking aeroplanes. That ain't real.
This is where I've learnt from this thing that I watched. So all these guys that they hired, they're all been brought in by the US. Like the CIA brought them, they trained them. You know, there wasn't any questions. They knew that they were there. Yeah. They let them do what they were doing. And then obviously there was they said that one of the guys that brought and was looking after the terrorists was actually part of the Saudi royal family.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was uncle, so he was funding it. So he's funding everything that was the terrorists. He picked them up from the airport, paid for their accommodation, did everything. So this is where money comes in from the Saudi. So these guys were pretty much they needed to do this to create a war, in which the war will make them money, and then obviously that money will also create like invasions, like in these countries, because like war makes money. Like war has always been about money.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's what, for them to do that, they had to sacrifice people. They had to sacrifice, civilians, unfortunately. And yeah, that's why I was like, man, this world is fucked up.
I went on a deep dive about Afghanistan today, and I posted something on my Instagram story, and it said that 8 out of 10 drug users in the world source their opium from Afghanistan. And if you have a look at the trajectory, fuck me, that fucking word, of Big Pharma, they weren't doing so well up until 2001. And then the Afghanistan, World Trade Center hits, they take over Afghanistan. The opium goes through the roof, oil goes through the roof. Apparently we have all these resources now. It's like, God damn. And do you know why, if I asked you this question, why did Vietnam get invaded by America? At the time, Vietnam was the biggest opium supply in the world. Yeah. So it seems to be that if you just make yourself fucking riddled with opium, you're going to get a war from America, right? Which is fucking scary.
Especially like the weapons of mass destruction, which is
the WMD shit. There was a guy that started screaming at one of the, they were doing like an update on why America pulled and Australian soldiers were pulled from Afghanistan, and this dude stands up and he served in Afghanistan, and he's like, "All my fucking friends died for your bullshit. You said there was weapons of mass destruction. There was no weapons. We looked everywhere.
Yep.
And you killed 1 million people for what?
Killed 1 million Afghanistans, and like people were like, oh yeah, like we went to war, they killed our families and stuff. Like, bro, you realize how many people died over there? That was like civilians. Look at America, like no one died. I'm not going to say it was a bad thing, but 2,000 people, 3,000 people might have died. But compared to 1 million people that died over in like another country that had no issues with America, like, yeah, that just shows you how, like, who the real terrorist is.
Yeah. Well, they say that they're the police of the world, but even the police start shit. Like, they'll plant fucking...
Police aren't
drugs to
even police,
arrest you.
bro. Like, fucking... Western police are a joke. Like, if you... Like, I've got a few cop friends, but, like, I'm like... I respect that they do their jobs, but, you know, like... American's worse. Even the British is worse.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I completely 100% agree with that. I feel like there needs to be more training. I think there needs to be more awareness to people's way of lives. Like, some people don't live the same as white people. Some people don't live the same as black people, you know? Like, everyone's a different thing. Like, but we're not different. You know, we're all humans, and I think we all deserve the same rights, but some minorities just get treated in a different way, and I don't think it's the right thing to do.
I feel like majority of those cops are all like, I can't say much, but
Police brutality ones.
Yeah, like they do those things. I do see it because they're in an environment that is very violent, so they have to be always on edge. So they can't, like, you know, like if they let their guard down one day, they could be killed. Which I understand. Like, they're in a zone that's like not like our area that we live in Perth, compared to the US. So I get it when they have to shoot before they can, you know, ask questions, because it could be them.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the same time, but that's sad, because that's how it's got to. That's what it's got to.
I think that Australia probably did it the best way. The shootings in Port Arthur, the massacre, and then Australia was like, no more guns, and then we were all like, okay, yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
But Americans just can't. There's
a school shooting
every fucking week. Yeah, how the fuck?
Every week, bro.
But then, the NRA has... It's like I said, the NRA, it's an organization that you can't just stop.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. Like, if you look at it, man, a lot of the people that is up in the higher seats, they're all part of it. And they're all obviously making money off it too.
Yeah.
So why would they want to take that down?
No. People making too much money. And that's the same with the homeless epidemic, apparently, in America.
I heard about that. Well, in LA, there's a strip that is like, one side is...
Skid Row?
Yeah, Skid Row. Yeah, it's so sad.
There's 100,000 people that live in Skid Row now.
That's fucked.
Apparently, like 5 years ago, it was like 20,000. So
after COVID, it fucked a lot of people hard.
How can people
especially
work?
With the recession. Like, the average salary in America, like $100K, won't even let you live a decent life.
Not in LA.
Nah.
No way. No. Like, that'd be your car. You know? Like, and a lot of people are living out of their vans and shit.
Yeah, I've seen people, they still go to work, obviously, but they don't have a house. They live in their car. There's a car yard that allows people to live in their cars and their properties all in their car, and they go to work every day. That's how they live their lives.
Just pay like $50 for them to park there. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
But it's so sad, though. It's just like, you're working a full-time job, but you can't have enough money to buy or live in a house or an apartment. So you can live in your car, and that's everything that you got.
Fuck that, bro.
That's so bad. Like, that's how bad America's got, man. Like, America's like, yeah, land of the free. I'm like, bro, I didn't see it like that, man. Like, they can't even look after their own country. Why are they invading? Why are they helping Ukraine? Yeah. Like, this whole Ukraine thing is another story, because they're asking questions like, yeah, you can give like billions of dollars to the Ukraine, but you can't put billions into your own country. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
It doesn't make sense. And I think there's something to like having less fucking shitty people. Well, not so much shitty people, shitty situations. If you have like 100,000 people in a city and 60,000 of those people have a shit situation, that's a shit city. That ain't doing too well.
They could easily fix their country.
Oh, yeah. But they don't want to.
They want to. They know that they won't have control.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Or if you let people gain awareness, you get the tates, you know? If you gain too much awareness, you end up with the tates.
It's funny how like the British schools have banned him.
Really?
Yeah, they can't even talk about Tate in schools. They can't even mention him. They're like, if you speak about him, like you get sent home, or
what the
that's
fuck?
How. Yeah, but you know why? Because they're actual threat in a way that they're gonna like obviously make young men think for themselves.
Yeah,
they don't want that though.
Yeah, they want robots, all right? Schools are literally the one institution that they meld the minds into what they want them to think and how to think.
It's weird because you can teach. They'll still keep teaching Hitler, and they'll still keep teaching all these people that have done worse shit and killed people, but they won't allow you to talk about someone that's like trying to help people.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, that's fucked up.
Do you know what the craziest thing about the whole Hitler and we're going into some conspiracies on this episode, but the craziest thing is in schools they'll teach you about Hitler, but they won't teach you about brands of Hitler, right? Did you know Hugo Boss, Prada, and Louis Vuitton were the 3 main companies that clothed the Nazis? Did you know Fanta wouldn't exist without the Nazis? When America cut off Coca-Cola, they had to come up with something else. So they came up with Orange Fanta. And Fanta was created by the Nazis. Wild, right?
Didn't know Fanta was by the Nazis.
Yeah, dude. It is a fucking...
Because I know... I do know the fashion brands, but I didn't know they actually clothed them. Or made, but it makes sense because they invaded Normandy, and they're like all in like... I don't know where they're in France, but obviously a lot of the factories are in France. Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense now, actually.
Well, Coco Chanel, she was a Nazi sympathizer. So when they invaded France, I think it was, she just started sucking Nazi dick. She was like, I don't want to get killed. I'm just going
to suck Nazi dick.
Suck some Nazi dick. Have that fucking serious...
Oh, man, just ringing a bell in my head. There's a... So after the war... You know how like a lot of Nazi like generals have like disappeared and they fled?
Yeah, to Argentina and
stuff. Yeah, and there's like a town in Argentina in the mountains that is...
I've seen this.
Yeah, I've watched that documentary. It's crazy. And in like the first 10 years, they had like schools, like Nazi schools in Argentina. Teaching Nazi stuff. And then obviously they stopped after a while. But yeah, like a lot of the kids, they're all German.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it wild that like some of them... Like,
the generals are still alive. They were interviewed or went to go find this dude that was like one of Hitler's top generals.
Yeah, and he was the dude living next door to this guy saw a documentary, right? And he was like, "Isn't that my fucking neighbor?" And he was like a head general in the Nazi camps. Yeah, and that's how they found him and then put him away in jail.
Yeah, I remember that
for war crimes.
Yeah.
Did you know the head of the NASA
is a Nazi?
Was a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had.
Yeah, and a lot of the scientists all were like, it's bad, but like a lot of the technologies and the shit that you see now is all because of the Nazis.
Well, BMW and Audi wouldn't exist without Nazis.
Yep.
Hitler collabed with Porsche to come out with the Beetle, which was not. No, it was the Beetle. It was the Volkswagen Beetle, and Volkswagen means the people's car, right? And then they wanted, so that's why in the VW Beetle the engine's in the back, because Porsche was like, oh yeah, we put our engines in the back. So if you think about it, a Porsche is basically just a squashed Beetle. They have the same headlights, same tail lights, and it's fucking a little bit scary. And Audi was curated by the Nazis. So they were like, oh, we're going to have a division that's a nicer version of the V-dub. And I own a fucking Audi. And I'm like reading this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What about Mercedes?
I know. I don't think Mercedes had anything to do with it. Okay. But I think Mercedes have like some of the best vehicles in the world.
Speaking of Mercedes, I'm getting one tomorrow.
Wait, what? You're getting Mercedes tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
I'm getting the GLB AMG 35.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's hectic.
So, I finally, I've had my car for like 10 years, the current Honda Civic Type R, the hatch.
Nice. I love the Honda Civic.
So, I was like, 10 years of the brand, I was like, I feel like this is the milestone where I want to reach. So, I was like, I'm gonna reward myself with something.
Did you have Mercedes in your head from like when you were younger or anything?
Yeah, I had Audi actually.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted the Audi R8.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but yeah, the Mercedes started coming into my thoughts like the last 4 years. I was like, it's just a really clean car. I like it.
I got the A3, and the A3 Ambition. It's fucking just before the S line, and I think like my next car. it's probably going to be like either an RS5 or an RS7.
RS5 is nice. 7's nice. What, that SUV or sedan?
Sedan.
Sedans.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's QS5.
Yeah, the RSQ8.
RSQ8,
Oh,
yeah.
no, dude, have you seen the
nice.
RS8? You ever seen one of them?
Is it like a sedan? No.
It's a sedan. But
Is it the fluoro green ones? No.
No. These are like limos, bro.
Ooh.
And the back seats recline,
Oh,
and they have
shit.
like a fucking fold-out table that folds down automatically, and there's
Damn.
like a fucking TV on the roof that comes down like this. It's fucking wild. Like they're almost like you don't buy a fucking S8 or an RS8 if you don't have a driver. Like you want to experience.
Yeah,
the
you
back
want to
seats.
feel that. Just get one of the boys, but hey, can you drive me
can
for
you
the
drive us?
weekend?
Yeah.
I'll let you drive the car.
yeah. I'll let you drive the car. That's your payment. Yeah,
It's crazy.
they're fucking crazy cars these days, bro.
No, I'm just keen to get a new car that is like has well equipped, like new technology, touchscreen.
Did you get the 2023?
2021. So the 2023 is no difference. I researched it. There's like a little bit of spec difference, but like the engine's the same.
Yeah.
Details are the same.
Shape? Same?
The shape's the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, but yeah, the 2021 to 2023 has like that nice grill, which is like the clean ones. I like.
The triple...
Yeah, it goes up straight down.
I'll go straight down.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like, it looks fucking sick.
Damn.
So it's like pearl white, and I'm going to get like detail done. Like I'm going to black out all the details of the badges.
Have you got Banx number
Yeah,
plates?
I'm getting, try to get the Banx plate, but
Yeah.
there's a chick in Perth that drives a Jeep. She has a Banx number plate.
You gonna buy it off her?
I've been tagged by so many people who's like, yo, is that your car? I was like, no.
No.
But that's my plate. Like, who has this car?
Yeah.
I was gonna message her like the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna outflex her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the fucking Euro badge and put Banx on it.
Hey.
So I'm getting the Euro badge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get Banx put in the headrests and stuff, like stitched in?
Yeah.
That'd be fire.
I'm not sure. Like I'm gonna have a small on the
You're
front.
gonna have to put a towel on the seat from all the wet vaginas.
I didn't want to say anything about it. I'll let you say it. Nah, I've never been like a type of guy to flex my car. Like, okay, I had this car for a long time, but I guess because I've got this car now, I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to, bro. For sure, dude. It's a statement. And Mercedes is a fucking statement. And don't get me wrong, Hondas are a statement too. Like a Type R is fucking. That's what I wanted when I was younger.
My brother is lucky because I'm selling his car to him for fucking mates rate. I could sell this car for like double.
Yeah.
Because this car has gone up in value.
Dude, Hondas don't lose their value.
Yeah. So this car's gone up. I could have sold it for like 20 grand, but my brother's my brother. So I was like, you know what? I'll help you out. Like, give me 10K for it.
What do you think of the new Type Rs?
Yeah, my friend Tyler's got it.
Yeah.
It's actually good, but the
go hard.
gearbox keeps fucking up, and
Really?
the gearbox is fucked up. Gear 3 fucks up, and then something to do with like the engine as well. So he's had the car like in the shop 4 times. I have not. I think it's new Honda. So I've had my Honda
They must
in
be
the
sourcing
workshop
parts.
probably once to change the clutch.
Yeah.
But his one is. I'm like, man, what's wrong with these new Hondas?
Yeah, maybe they're sourcing from like China or something for parts.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
A lot of companies are doing that, man.
Yeah.
Like once Audi bought Lamborghini, you can use most Audi parts in a Lamborghini now.
Crazy.
Which is like fucking wild. That means the price value is going all the way down. Like you could buy a wrecked Huracan and then just rebuild the fucking thing with Audi parts. What the fuck?
I didn't know. I only found the other a couple months ago. It was like Toyota and Subaru are exactly the same people.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. It's kind of fucked up because they're both Japanese.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's the whole the 98? Is it 89 or 98?
I can't remember it actually.
The 90, I think it's the Toyota. No. It's the Toyota Supra has the same body as the BMW.
Yes.
I can't remember what the badge number is.
i8.
No. It's like their convertible that they have, and it's the exact same chassis, the same chassis, and then they've just dropped like a fucking 98 engine in it.
You know what? Fucking I never saw it the day, but fucking Holden's, man, like they've stopped. They stopped manufacturing Holden.
Yeah. Holden's
It's crazy.
ceased. Yeah. Isn't it
I
wild?
never thought that would happen. Like that's like that's an iconic Australian car, and then all of a sudden they're just not doing it anymore.
Yeah, well, you've got like Nissan Skylines in the V8 supercars now. You're like, what?
but Ford's still
Oh,
going.
Ford will
Yeah,
never
yeah.
die. Which is fucking. Well, they started the car.
Actually, yeah, because I know why it's surviving, because it's Ford's in America and it's
Ford's in
moved here.
America.
But
Yeah.
Australia is just not big enough to have their own thing going.
No, and they weren't selling it at a high enough price point. That's why
Yeah.
they sold to Germany, and then Germany sold to China. And then as soon as they sold to China, everything became I don't know if you've ever been like one of those Holden cruisers.
I've
like the new
seen
ones.
him. Yeah.
So plastic, bro. Like literally, you
Yep.
open the door and you hear. Wee. I haven't been in one that doesn't go. Wee.
I've seen them. Yeah, the new cop cars were all made out of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It doesn't feel like a Holden anymore.
No, I like Skoda. Have you heard of
Skoda, yeah. There's some good Skodas out there.
Yeah, that's literally the brand underneath Volkswagen.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Skoda.
So there's Skoda, Volkswagen, Audi.
Yeah.
But I think some of the fucking Skodas are literally just Audi with
Yes, but with a different badge or different
badge,
look.
and they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
half the price.
I've seen it. Yeah, I saw. I was like, man, that's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Even Kia.
Kia's gone
Kia's
hard.
taken over Mazda. Mm-hmm. Like,
Big time.
I never thought that would happen.
Well,
Like,
the Kia Stinger fucking
yeah,
killed
Kia.
the game.
Even the Kia SUV, like, there's
Yeah.
50 grand or some shit.
The Tucson?
The interior it's crazy. I was like, this car's 50 grand.
Oh, wait, no, that's Hyundai.
Yeah, the
Tucson,
Kia,
yeah.
maybe, yeah. The Kia, this chick posted on TikTok. I was like, hang on, this is a Kia? What the fuck?
Yeah, the Sportages, the new ones,
Yeah.
fucking very nice. I found, do you remember when they did the it was a Kia and it was named after like some samurai, like Kisashi or some shit? Do you remember that? It was a weird type of car, and it was the first time I'd ever seen the Audi style back end where it kind of like comes down and then it balloons again. And I was like, that's interesting. That's a car that I've never seen before. The front end looked like dog shit, but the rest of the car, from like the back seats backwards, was fucking top notch. And then Audi started bringing out those like the A3 style with the fucking the rounded back end, and I was like, there's something to this. And that's when the CLA 45 came out, those old style like that, and I was like, damn, these are fucking sick. One of my mates bought one of those CLA 2018s. Bro, they were like the fastest 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
They're the ones that just backfires.
Yeah,
and
brap, brap.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time you change.
But yeah, unfortunately, my GLB doesn't do that as much. It's only a Sports Plus.
Bro,
So it doesn't have the
still go
AMG.
hard.
Yeah, it does go hard, but it doesn't have that sound. So I might have to do an aftermarket thing on it.
Straight through exhaust.
Yeah, it needs that sound. It needs that backfire.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't feel like an AMG. Legit.
They go hard, man. AMGs,
Yeah.
any badge AMG goes fucking hard.
I'm just keen to wake up tomorrow morning and just go. Oh, well, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I'll be super like, you know when you have that feeling of getting something new.
It's like a little present to you.
Yeah, it's like Christmas, but for like older guys. I remember that feeling when I was a kid. I was like waking up on Christmas morning. I was like, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be me tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Are you taking like a videographer down there with you?
No, I should, but I don't want to do that shit. Like I know, but I don't want to like. I feel like me already posting a video of the Merc. It's gonna be enough. Like people just gonna be like, this guy's been dick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I like for me to share I posted like a screenshot of the Mercedes just like yesterday of like, you know, like loading, like can't wait for this car.
Right.
So I was like, oh man, I feel like a dickhead doing that. But at the same time, I wanted to let people know, like, you know, I waited 10 years for this, so this is like a big moment for me.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You had a goal and you fucking hit it. That's dope as shit. Not a lot of people can say that. Dreams don't become a real thing unless you do the work, and obviously you've done the work with Banx, with Young Sly.
Thank you.
You're killing
Cheers.
it, bro. You're killing it. Keep on that fucking trajectory, and you're gonna be probably one of the biggest things in clothing in Australia for sure. And with
Below Bradshaw, I feel like he's already like taken to that level.
oh, dude, yeah, but like you're on the same level, man.
Thank you.
Banx is like a fucking well-known name in Perth. Like I know, I talk to anybody, and they're like, yeah, Cabinet Noir, Street X, Banx.
Crazy.
You know, it's like it's a prominent fucking brand, and you're doing it, dude.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Fucking awesome, bro. Keep on it. Are you playing anywhere this weekend?
Nothing exciting. Like we had the birthday last week. That was my big one. But this weekend I am playing a 21st at Venom Flower. Then I'm playing Market Grounds straight after that.
How's market grounds these days?
Busy.
Yeah?
Yeah, busy.
A lot of hoes go down there. Eh?
It's not the old birds anymore. It's more like younger birds now. Yeah, so it's changing, and the crowds there is different now. And I'm playing Friday. I'm playing at Arbor. So to me, this is a quiet weekend.
Is it?
Yeah, very quiet.
Nice.
Yeah, just a birthday and like 2 venues, and I'm playing Stables. So I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
So I do like Stables bottoms lunch.
Oh, right. Hectic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's get all the
oldies.
Get all the oldies dancing to Mariah Carey and ABBA.
Do you have like separate tracks for like different like? You're not a USB guy, are you?
I'm a USB guy.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have different USBs for different things, or is it all in one?
All in one. I've got a terabyte. Smart. I've got an SSD card. Samsung. Yeah. Like 40,000 songs on it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I got 2 of these bitches.
Damn.
It's fucked, man. Like every podcast that I do is 150 gigs.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like 60 gigs from each camera. Then the audio files are like 2 tracks, and they're normally 2 tracks are like 4 gig each.
Damn.
Yeah, they go hard. I lose we do podcasts so long that the WAV file that normally is here disappears. And then it just saves in the...
Where are we up to?
Oh, fuck no. I couldn't tell you until we finish. We're probably a good couple hours in, I think. Yeah, it's like 9:30.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Sylvester,
yes,
this has been fucking awesome, bro.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
No, thank you for coming down. It's been my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Roadshow. Whenever you listen to this, I hope you fucking enjoyed it. Have a killer day, night, whenever you fucking listen. So keep on it.
Thank you, my guy. Thanks for having me.
Dude, we'll see you soon.
Take me home.